Now try something else.
I like vinyl myself. Someone played me. Where's that clip of Gary's TV show, the latest one, where JD, you pulled a clip like Gary and John are with a guy and
is it more vinyl?
more vinyl, and they're talking endlessly about. I don't know who's watching this show. Are they getting any ratings? Like, how many people could be that concerned with vinyl? And I mean, all right, like if it was 5 minutes, fine, but they endlessly go and discuss vinyl versus digital. And then this guy is on, and he goes, "Oh my God, I can't stay." Gary, where's the latest clips?
JD's putting them up now.
Good. It's so fucking whacked out, your show.
But I mean,
it's crazy.
But just because you're not into something, why can't somebody else be into it?
It's got to be the most narrow cast I've ever seen for cable television.
I don't think so.
Really? How long is the show? An hour?
No, it's half hour. So it's like 22 minutes.
It's like a half hour with this guy.
Which guy?
This guy that I'm listening to on your show, who's like playing you vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Guy's a loon.
You know where we found him, by the way?
Yeah. Who is he?
Friend of Vinny Fafali's.
Yeah, either that or he's a homeless.
No, he's a guy he lives in New Jersey. He's got like a $250,000 vinyl, turntable setup, and he's really into vinyl.
$250,000.
Yeah, he's got like a turntable that costs $50,000. Special.
But how does he make money?
I don't know. He writes about this stuff. He writes on websites and stuff, but I don't know how that's how he makes it.
Oh, it's so annoying. No offense, I know you're excited.
Oh, none taken.
And by the way, every time I tune in the channels and I hear Gary promoting this show, and it's like, fine, but, I don't care if the guys promote, but Jesus Christ.
What do you mean every time you tune in the channels?
I don't know. I tuned in this weekend, and it was you on there, I guess, like going, and don't forget VH1.
I think we do it once or twice a week at the end of the wrap-up show.
Must be every time I tune in.
Yeah, you must be getting the same time. That happens to a lot of people.
I was like, wow, yet another.
Here comes JD. I can hear him.
Yeah. I just don't know that there are that many people who care about this topic.
I mean, you saw John Varvatos. He cares about it. There's a lot of people.
Yes. Would he watch a whole TV show about it?
Well, the whole show is not about it. Just this particular one was. Mostly it.
I was thinking your show needs Ann Curry. You should hire her. What is it, JD?
JD2 in red.
Oh. You got to hear this. This is the greatest clip ever. You got to hear this guy. And John and Gary are right in there with him.
Well, let's get right to it. You're one of those guys in the age of digital and CDs and MP3s. You're a guy who still champions vinyl.
Yes, from the beginning.
You're a guy who still champions vinyl. Champions vinyl. Well, listen to this guy. He's so excited that someone showed up at his door.
Beginning, I did. I was all for digital at the beginning. I was primed to love it. I went to an AES and heard the first CD player demonstration. It was Roxy Music's Avalon, my favorite record.
Great record.
And
great record. He went to where? CES and
AES.
AES.
I don't know what that is.
He went to AES and he heard his first digital and he was excited and he heard Roxy Music. Great record. It's not a great record.
That is a great record.
No,
Avalon.
If you're Meg Griffin, it is.
Avalon is a great album.
Okay.
But Howard, this is opinion.
Whatever. I guess it's the same opinion that says, "Hey, let's do a show about vinyl versus digital."
So nobody bought that. Nobody bought that record.
No, I'm sure some people did.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, not me.
So that makes it bad.
Yep. You got it.
They put it on, and it was horrible. I mean, it was so horrible.
It was so horrible.
Oh, he's got these special ears.
Oh, wait,
and it was just terrible.
I shouldn't even interrupt this. Wait, I'm starting from the beginning.
And they put it on, and it was horrible. I mean, it was so horrible.
Starting a movement.
And I started on my crusade in 1982.
You must have been all alone.
Yes. I was all alone.
Because when CDs came out, everybody said they're easier to store.
Right, they are.
They don't store. They don't skip.
They do.
And they don't wear out.
Right, and they do.
And they sound better. That was the big thing about your CD. It's going to sound so much better than your vinyl.
I think digital has its own qualities, some of which are very good. No noise, what's not there is great.
Some things in digital are good, Robin. But
there's something missing, apparently.
Right, yes.
Just has this thin kind of crispy quality that doesn't sound like live music to me, or music. It has this kind of mechanical quality.
Why is that? I mean, in layman's terms, because the vinyl, I know, is deeper and a wider sound.
This guy in Jersey, how does he know?
I say digital preserves music the way formaldehyde preserves frogs. You kill it, and it lasts forever.
Good. What is he talking about? What are you all talking about?
Howard.
I mean, honest.
We're doing a show. Well, hold on a second.
We don't have a
By the way,
turntable.
do you play any instruments? Are you a musician?
No, but why do we have to be?
I mean, I don't know, man. You're
Wait,
so
hold on.
into it.
You're missing.
Why don't you go out and play some music?
Hold on a second. You're missing the point.
And you know what this is? This is guys who don't play instruments making themselves involved in the music.
Right.
Here's
He's
what it
all
is.
involved with his record.
We're doing a show about collectors.
Let me ask you something.
You answer a question. I'm going to answer. We're doing a show about collectors. You said, why do you go talk to this? We're doing a show about collectors. There's a guy that's got 15,000 albums.
Cares.
No,
Maybe the whole show is ridiculous.
You just asked a question.
Do you interview people who churn their own butter?
No, but I'm not doing that kind of show. If I were doing a show about pilgrims,
What do you think of people who churn their own butter?
I think it's funny. I think
it's ridiculous.
I
right?
think it probably would taste better, but it's a lot of work to get there.
Yeah, exactly my point. He's got his $250,000 records and good lord.
Well, John Varvatos hit it right on the button. It's not that you can't. It's not one. No, it's not one or the other.
It's fine. Listen.
John was saying there's a time.
Does it really matter?
Again, you ask questions that you don't want answers to.
I didn't ask you a question. You're just here talking. I didn't even ask you to come in. You fucking walked in.
You said, would I want to churn butter? And
that's all I asked you.
But you're making the analogy.
Did I ask you to come in? Tell the truth.
No.
No. So what are you doing in here?
Well, then I came in and you asked me a question. if you're going to tell me I'm an asshole, if you're going to tell me I'm an asshole and I'm boring, I'm going to answer you.
Now the guy gets all excited because they're going to do a comparison. Wait till he gets to his record. And then Gary or John goes, oh, I love that sound. You know when you put the needle on the...
Yeah, I would have taken the album and banged it over his head.
I would have smashed it over both of them. I just got to hear how you guys react to the vinyl. So much better.
All right, so now you're going to give this to us on vinyl.
This is the 12-inch vinyl single.
I love that sound.
Shut up.
We actually enjoy this.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. The thought that you're wasting time with this show is fucking upsetting to me.
I feel like I should be wearing a members-only jacket, though, as I'm listening to the song, to be honest with you. I've heard that song a bunch of times, and I heard stuff in that vinyl version I've never heard before.
Oh, shut up, John.
First of all, there's a lot of interesting percussion stuff going on. There's a lot of, little conga stuff.
Oh, Gary, you're such a fucking dick.
Conga stuff.
There's a lot of conga I couldn't hear in the digital. You're lying now. Now you're outright lying to your audience.
We just made it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did John hear? Did John say what he heard?
John heard a bumblebee in the background.
There was a rat in the studio. Did you hear the squeak?
Can't you hear the squeaking of the rat?
Why would anybody talk when you guys have a point?
Retarded. This song doesn't sound better on vinyl. It sounds better with the volume off.
That song doesn't sound better, period.
Little timpani stuff. But I think the thing that jumped out at me that I never heard before is throughout the whole song, there's this little guitar riff.
Guitars.
Yeah, it's like ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
Yeah.
And I never heard that before. It was all sort of squashed in.
There's just so much going on. And
You're
of course,
lying. You're a fucking liar.
We're not lying.
Yeah, okay. You heard you're such a liar.
Love the first one. That'll get you out of your seat every time.
In the name of.
Yeah, exactly.
In the name of.
You did that too well, Gary. But, I mean, it's just another great
You guys are great personalities.
example of vinyl taking you deeper into a song, and you hear things that you truly never hear.
God.
You wouldn't otherwise hear.
I absolutely heard the difference.
You guys can take my job. You got it That's exactly right.
What's his job, by the way?
He writes about audio.
Vinyl?
Well, no, he writes
Telling
about...
people what you hear on the vinyl as opposed to the digital.
I guess nobody cares what he does.
What is this guy? What does this guy want? Does he want a world where we go back to records as opposed to digital?
No, I think he just wants people to know.
Why is it? Why does he want them to know? Why does he want them to know anything?
When people are perfectly satisfied with digital, why does he want them to know?
He wants them to know that they could, I don't even know. Well, okay, let Gary finish the sentence. What does he want him to know?
You heard it. What's the episode?
You don't have an answer.
I have an answer.
Okay, go ahead.
He wants people to know that, yes, CDs are better for, being portable and all that stuff, and there's nothing, CDs aren't awful, but vinyl does give you a fuller sound, and there's just an alternative. That's it.
That's what he wants.
John, am I off on that, or am I about right?
So I believe that if I churn my own butter, it probably will be a little bit better.
Might be a lot better.
Yeah, but
It'll take time to get it, but it'll be better.
But do you think I should sit home all day and churn butter, or should I just accept what's in the store?
That's your choice.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? What do you think your choice would be?
I'm going to be very honest with you. You can mock me. No, you can mock me all you want. I do have a setup at home.
No. About butter, I asked you. I didn't ask you about
butter. I don't care enough about butter to churn my own.
Right.
But I do listen to vinyl at home from time to time.
You know what? I'm going to buy you a butter churner.
Wow.
So you can churn your own butter.
Buy me a turntable.
Right. You want one? I'll get you one.
I'll have one.
All right. And John, I'm shocked at you. I always thought you were honest.
Yeah, in other words, John, I know Gary's an asshole, but you, I'm shocked at.
Yeah, yeah.
John, do you have vinyl?
Yes.
Of course he does. He's built like a guy who sits home and listens to vinyl.
How much vinyl do you have?
How about hitting the gym instead of listening to vinyl?
Not as much as Gary, but when I was listening to that record, I hate that song, that Thompson Twins song.
Right.
I will say that, but I did hear stuff during the vinyl one. I'm not lying. I really did. Then when I heard the
and what
CD.
did you hear again?
I heard, like, you hear all these different instruments and these different guitars. It's just
Yeah, you hear a bunch of people wasting their time.
Right. All
But
right,
it's
guys.
not about whether you
How's
like the song or not. It's just that there was a difference. That was the
Are they
point.
going to continue your TV show, or have they broken the news to you yet that it's a complete horrible show?
not yet.
Yes, they called us the other day. They got it's a complete horrible show.
Oh,
Gary.
good. Did they?
And then they
Good.
sent us flowers.
Glad to see they did. They send flowers?
Oh. They called us a couple of weeks ago to tell us we were the highest rated show on VH1 Classic that week.
So
The second week we
so
were
then I
that-
guess they're going to renew it.
Oh, God, is there more people with vinyl out there?
Hey, Robin, I've been thinking about our careers. Like, would you co-host the show with me and we just visit people who sew their own clothing as opposed to buying it in the store?
Yes.
Howard,
Oh, my God, it's so much more beautiful sewn by you. I love, like...
Now, here's the store version.
May I say something, Howard? Can I just get 2 seconds to say something?
Here's clothing made by J.C. Penney, and now here's clothing made by you, the same exact outfit, and I can see every color.
You know what? I'm seeing things in this dress that I didn't see in the other dress.
Howard, can I just...
All right, you got the job.
May I say one thing, please?
Why, you jealous of Robin and mine's new show?
I'm just begging. No, I want to make a point. We go around and we talk to collectors. It just so
Are you
happens.
going to claim that
you
it
just
was...
said, let
are
me
you
just
gonna
fucking finish the
claim-
sentence.
Are you
We
gonna
go around
claim
and we
you came
talk
up
to.
with
I'll
Robin's
overtalk
idea?
you. I don't give a shit. I'll talk over you.
I didn't ask you a question, Gary. You interrupted.
I said, may I say something? And then you said,
talk too much.
And then you said, okay. And then you get 4 words out and you fucking talk over me. The show is not
sick of
about
this.
vinyl. We go and talk to collectors. It just so happens that there are 2 episodes where the collectors were big on vinyl,
right.
but we talk to other. It's not just a vinyl show.
Great.
What other kind of things, then? Because what we hear is vinyl.
John, who else did we go and see? We saw a guy with a collection of celebrity hair.
You ever talk to people who collect microphones?
We have not yet, but we went to a place.
Robin, we should do that.
There you go. That's what we'll do. We'll find
You
everybody
think
in
it's
the
weird to
country
talk to people who are
who
collectors?
has microphones.
We do have
You
an
know
upcoming
what?
segment about that, actually.
You know why? Because I'm thinking of, instead of using a microphone, I'm just going to go door to door and do my radio show because it sounds better.
Right.
Because you can hear every word I have to say. I prefer it that way.
How about people who collect speakers?
We may find one of those.
Hey, that was our idea for our show. Robin, call VH1 Classic and see if I can't get a show doing
We
that.
already have some stuff lined up for next season, man.
I met a guy who pumps his own water out of a well. How about people?
He has a divining rod.
I like that they found 2 guys who collect vinyl. It was such a good topic, they went back a second time. It couldn't be covered. Like 60 Minutes barely covers something twice. But these 2 found vinyl.
The vinyl is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you have a book that you write stuff in?
No.
You don't anymore. You don't write stuff in a book at all
No,
anymore.
I'm completely electronic.
Okay.
All right.
Why would
What's your-
anybody
what's your
write
point?
anything? But would anybody? Wouldn't it be stupid to write anything down? Why would
What?
somebody? Why would
Well,
somebody
in your
write?
world, yeah, that's why you're not fucking organized.
Why would somebody write something when they could just put it on a tablet? Why do people still write?
Because it's quicker sometimes to write. This is a
So
very
sometimes
logical
it-
answer. If you have a
sometimes it-
piece of paper handy, it's
sometimes
harder
it's better.
to get to your computer.
Sometimes it might be better for that person.
You're going to compare writing on a piece of paper?
I'm just saying that sometimes people make choices that are
your
better for them.
analogy is so fucking dumb. It's ridiculous.
Well, you've deemed it dumb.
The reason I sometimes write on paper is because I can't get to my computer fast enough, and I have a thought, so I write it down on paper, and then I bring it to my computer.
So it's better for you.
Not that it's better. It's the only thing I have available. What are you talking about? A piece of paper is still relevant. A record isn't.
To you.
No,
It's a
to
record,
the world.
A
We-
record is relevant to some people.
You just equated something
That's
with a
idiotic.
practical purpose
just saying-
to a thing that has no practical
All right, all right.
purpose.
Thanks, guys.
I'm saying if something's
All
not
right, bye,
relevant
bye,
to
bye.
you,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
relevant
okay.
to anybody.
I see your point. Okay, bye.
Watch me.
Goodbye.
Can I say watch me?
No one cares. Goodbye. You and John.
So
Go
nice.
back and work on this show. You work on a relevant show. It's this one. Or just go work on that full time. Leave here.
Boy, I heard timpani
Oh, I can't believe
and some
what
congas.
Oh, it's brilliant.
John, you took your beating, your weekly beating that this is turning into.
Another day at the office.
Gary,
Yes.
does Howard really have a disdain for vinyl collection, or does he just have a love of breaking your balls? I mean, is this solely because it's you? If this was someone else's show, would he not be this angry and pissed off?
I think all the elements come together. He likes breaking my balls. He hates vinyl. I think if it was someone else's show, he wouldn't talk about it because it's our show. It's fun for him to fuck with it.
I was asking your partner in crime, John Hine, about the premise of this show. Can you see it from the other side, from Howard's perspective? Is it a little silly?
Well, here's the interesting thing. Howard's never seen the show.
So he's basing all this off of blind observation?
Well, a couple of sound bites that JD brings up, but he's never seen the show. But I don't think he's ever going to see it. I think he has zero interest in seeing it. I think he has zero interest in seeing it no matter what the subject is.
You know the old cliche, any promotion is good promotion. Does this ring true in this case, or are you just...
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, if he talks about it, it's always good. It seems like when he talks about how bad it is, more people seem to watch.
Going into this project, when the show was in development, did you see this coming down the pike?
You always have to be ready for anything like this. Was I positive this was going to happen? No, but do you think it could happen? Of course.
But the Hine-Delabate alliance is still strong, unbreakable?
Yes, we're like Heisenberg.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm
All right.
jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on The Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would.
These
I think that'd be a huge honor, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of people bring it up to me, or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more, and I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just the hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more, I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I'd probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Where's my... Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
Like, I don't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, we get tired of.
Love what you bros. People busy, man. I got childrens. And I'm alive, man. I can work with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like, I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got
so, I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time, second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really want you to do this? And he'll go, all right. Yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man, I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the weird. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that Family Life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever? They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a Half-Baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's when we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like, to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
A religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, blah, blah, spiritual, a deep spirituality that keeps away. That there's a. I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it, because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Fine Time to
I only do it when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress you can show us a sneak peek of it this time.
I never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time today?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me, thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
I'm Matthew Berry. I'm ESPN Senior Fantasy Analyst. I'm also the author of a new book called Fantasy Life, and I'm here on the show to promote that, to talk about all the crazy stories from the world of fantasy football, including the Stern Show Fantasy League with Gary and John Hine, JD, Scott the Engineer, Will Murray, Jason Kaplan, Steve Brandano. The whole gang is in this fantasy league. So I'm going to talk about that and just all the craziness that happens in that league. So I'm super psyched. I've been a Howard Stern fan for over 20 years. Somewhere in my closet is a VHS copy of Butt Bongo Fiesta. I go that far back.
Wow.
So I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge Stern fan. And so this is like a real bucket list moment. This is like a dream come true to be on the Howard Stern Show.
Now, given your super fan status, you know Howard's not much of an athlete nor a sports fan.
Right.
So you have a difficult challenge of making this relatable for him.
See, I don't think I do, because that's the genius of Howard. It doesn't matter what person walks in that studio. He finds something interesting out of the person. He finds something relatable. So I'm not really worried about that because he's such a master interviewer. But I will say that one of the focuses of the stories and the book is that it's all about people. I wrote it specifically so that if you don't play fantasy football, you still enjoy it.
So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about it. Hope it goes well. And, listen, I don't think there's anything better. It's all downhill from here after being on the show with the king of all media.
All right, we'll see you in the studio, Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with these guys. I hear horrible stories around our office. This is a guy who's considered the expert on fantasy football, Matthew Berry. And Gary explained to me he's the expert on fantasy football because he's on ESPN or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good.
So you play fantasy football with these guys on my show?
I do indeed.
King,
it is an honor, by the way, to sit here in front of you.
Yeah, and you also are considered the why? Okay, explain to me first of all, for anybody in the audience who isn't a man like me,
right?
What is fantasy football?
Fantasy football is a game, okay? So you choose real-life athletes.
Right.
And how well those players do statistically in their real-life NFL games or what have you is how well they do for your team. So if you drafted Tom Brady, right?
Right.
And Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes on Sunday,
You get credit.
You get your team has now 3 touchdowns.
I see.
So if you drafted Tom Brady and I drafted Peyton Manning, for example, right?
Right.
So Peyton Manning throws 2 touchdowns on Sunday, and we're playing each other.
Yeah, but
you're beating me 3 touchdowns to 2.
But I don't understand how it works. In other words, if Tom Brady, though, throws the pass and somebody runs for a touchdown, what about if you have the guy what if I have the guy who runs for the touchdown?
You get points for that as well.
Oh, you do?
And if you have both of them, what's that called?
Right. Yeah, it's a double dagger.
The double dagger.
The double dagger.
You get double points. Having the guy that throws and the guy that receives.
So what is the skill here that I have to put together a team of all the great players? Now, what if one of my players gets injured?
That sucks.
That's
right.
So that's it.
Well, no, it's not that it. You go to what's called the waiver wire and you replace the player.
Oh, you can replace someone who's been injured.
You don't draft every player in the NFL. You draft kind of what's basically the stars. So you draft quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Why are you an expert on this? I mean, why are you considered an expert on fantasy football? Do you win in our league all the time?
I actually have never won the league. I've only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
I finished last to John Hine in the very first year. The first year I played,
why
I
are
lost
you
in
an
the
expert?
finals. Well, I think I'm an expert because I'm on ESPN. I've been playing for almost 30 years, and I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally since 1999. I actually don't even like the term expert.
Does it require any skill? This game?
Yeah, of course it does.
And you win money. How much money can you? Well, how much
Thank
money?
you, Robin.
be able to
Hello,
pick.
Queen.
Yeah. How much money can you win in our league?
Our league is $100 a guy, and we're thinking about upping that. It's 10 guys, so you win like $600 because you divvy up for second and third.
I see.
But in our league, and what Matthew will explain to you, it's really not about the money.
Right.
It's about bragging rights.
Yeah, you want to win. Like JD won one year. You would have thought that he banged a supermodel.
And JD,
Look at how it changed his life.
yeah, look how great he's doing. And how much time does the average guy who plays fantasy football put in a week? How much time a week does he need to put in order to be good at this?
He only needs to be good at it. You got to put in a lot. Like we did a study at ESPN, and the average sports fan watches about 6 hours of ESPN a week in terms of whether it's downloading an app or the magazine or ESPN Radio or ESPN.com, one of our many platforms, right? The average fantasy player engages 18 hours a week.
Wow.
3 times as much, almost 1 full day a week. So the people that play fantasy are really into it.
It's big business, right?
Huge business.
What's the economics of this thing? I don't get it. Who's making money off of it?
Well, ESPN makes money off of it.
Is fantasy football so popular that it affects the actual NFL?
Yes, I believe so.
How so?
I mean, well, in terms of revenue, they found studies that the NFL started promoting it in 2003 really hard because they found a study similar to that, which was that the average football fan watched about 3 hours of football a week. The average fantasy football player watched 6 hours.
Because they're
twice as much.
vested in seeing how their team
does. It gives you a rooting interest in, whatever. Gary's a fan of the Jets, right? We all know this. Gary's a big fan of the Jets. So he might not
be... Gary, you don't take good Jets players on your fantasy team.
No, because they suck.
Because they suck, right.
But what the point is if I have the quarterback from Seattle and I have a running back from San Diego,
then you got to watch
and
the
San
game.
Diego is playing Seattle, a game I would never watch, I am now very interested in.
Right.
Yeah. It gives you a rooting interest in stuff that you wouldn't care about. And in fact, if you don't play sports at all, it gives you a reason to watch.
You had a major Hollywood career going. You were a writer.
Yes.
And you'd written some pretty notable things. And you gave up your entire writing career to become a fantasy football guy? That had to be pretty risky.
I think so, but I was miserable, Howard.
You were miserable as a writer?
I was miserable as a writer. So I was 35 years old. I've been playing fantasy sports since I was 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43, right? So almost 30 years.
There are other fantasy sports?
Robin, there are things, if you can keep score
if
at it.
If there are bronies, there's got to be fantasy sports for everything.
Exactly. If you can find a way to keep score at it, there is a way to play a fantasy version of it. There's fantasy sumo wrestling, which is huge in Japan.
Do you play that?
I've never played fantasy sumo wrestling.
Right.
But, I do, with a bunch of my Hollywood friends, I do a fantasy summer movie league. We pick movies in the summer, and which movies make the most money is how well our fantasy...
So interesting how America is consumed with how things do as opposed to the actual art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's really fascinating.
You could do there's Fantasy Bachelor, Howard. You would love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy
sure.
Bachelor.
Fantasy Bachelor, Fantasy American Idol.
You're shitting me.
Right.
I think Desiree is going to marry You're kidding me. I could
totally.
play. I could bet on the Bachelor.
We could do Fantasy America's Got Talent. Absolutely.
Wow.
You'd pick the guys and say, like, you'd pick contestants and see how far they go and when they get eliminated, and you get points for how far they go in the
I'd be good at that. I was 4 for 4 last week.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. I know
You're
what's
already
happening.
playing.
I'm already playing.
In fact, I would even say, Howard, you actually play fantasy sports. You don't realize it. Remember a couple of weeks ago when the National Enquirer had the celebrity death pool thing, and you guys were.
By the way, I am going to win that one. Who do I have, Fred? Tell everyone.
I don't know.
You don't know who I have? Gary, go ahead.
Is it Randy Travis?
That's right.
And I've got the Queen.
I bet you Randy Travis dies before the Queen.
Who do I have?
Robin, you had somebody.
I don't even remember.
Well, I had OJ.
Right. So
does Robin have Regis? Do you have Regis?
I don't know.
See, and that's fantasy sports. You guys are all competing. You pick something, right? So
at least
now,
I didn't go into a war room for that.
Right, well, true. But you've now got a rooting interest in Randy Travis's health, which you never would have cared about before.
I'm calling the hospital daily.
Robin does have Regis.
Oh, she has Regis?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody for me to call.
So that's fantasy sports. It's the exact
fantastic.
same thing.
Yes, but maybe I do like this.
I'm telling you, you would love it because it would get you into sports.
So are you making a living now just strictly off fantasy sports?
I make a nice living, yeah.
You make a good living?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make a good living? ESPN doesn't pay jack shit, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
what do you make over there?
I don't make Howard Stern money, but I do well. I do well.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Look at this.
You weren't a millionaire when you left writing.
He might have been.
I was close. I was close. But
didn't you write Crocodile Dundee 2?
3.
Yeah,
not even the good one. Not even I wrote the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the story. Tell that story.
All right. So I was a screenwriter in Hollywood for the longest time.
Right.
And I was just doing fantasy sports stuff on the side.
Right.
So anyway, and I was working with my writing partner, a guy named Eric Abrams, who, by the way, huge Stern fan. He's the guy that turned me on to you like over 20 years ago.
Thank you, Eric.
So anyway, so we get called. Hey, our agent calls up and says, "Hey, you guys know who Paul Hogan is, of course. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee? Of course." He's like, "Well, he's a client here at the agency. He wants to do a third installment of the franchise. I'm the agent in charge of putting writers in a room to pitch him ideas. You guys want me to throw you on the list?"
Right.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's meet Paul Hogan. That'll be a funny story."
That'd be
like,
cool,
yeah,
yeah,
whatever. We're not. He's like, "But we've never written a movie before, And he's just like, you won't get the job. It doesn't matter, but it'll be good practice because we wanted to get into movies." So we go in, we watch the first two, and there's only 2 rules apparently: that it has to take place present day, which means 16 years after the second movie. Of course, because everyone's all clamoring for another Croc movie, and then and his real life wife has to be in it, Linda, so she's got to be in it. So whatever. So. Like, we don't spend a very much time because we're not getting this job. So we just go in and we're just like, look, you did New York in the first 2 movies. Why don't you do L.A. in this movie? You've been living with this woman for the whole time. You're not married, but you've got a kid. Because we'd figured, like, at that time, Something About Mary was the big movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, so, and there was, like, no way that this could be an R-rated comedy that could compete with that. So we're like, the only chance you have is a family to do this for families. So anyway, so we go there and we pitch and we say, so look, just come to L.A. and it's Beverly Hills Croc.
Right.
You're going to walk around L.A. and wacky stuff happens. You get a job at a movie studio because you can talk to animals, whatever stupid thing that is, right?
Yeah.
There's some bad guys there you saved today. Not tough. It's Croc 3. We'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what we say. And he's just like, you guys are the only ones who get me. You're hired. We're like, what the really? We're hired on this thing?
Wow.
What? Right?
So you go off and write the script.
Right. So the deal is, we actually don't want to write them. We're like, are we really going to write Croc 3? And they're like, guess how much they want to pay you.
How much?
We ended up, but because the movie got made and we got credit and residuals, we ended up making close to $1 million on the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I want to say like 850, 900, something like that.
Robin,
yeah.
why don't we write Crocodile Dundee 4?
4?
Yeah, listen to my pitch, okay?
Okay.
We can write this simple. Tornado hits Australia. Crocodile Dundee gets swept up in it. Him and a whole bunch of alligators. Alligators start falling all over people and eating them.
Alligator-nado.
Yeah, the only guy, Crocnado. The only guy who can save the day is Crocodile Dundee. What do you think? Bye, Cracky, you get me.
Right, see? Sold.
Right.
Done.
Wow, I didn't know it was that easy.
Well, we're like, well, listen, this is my advice to the kids out there. If you're going to sell out big, right? So
you bet.
we heard that amount, and we were just like, all right, we're in. Yeah. So the deal was, he was just like, well, he wants to write it with you guys. He wants to, and we're like, oh boy. So like we can't imagine spending 3 months in front of a computer screen with Paul, right? And we're like, he didn't want to do that.
Right.
So we basically say like, look, we will let us write the first draft,
right,
and we'll give it to you. And then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so and he's like, great. So we write the first draft, you know, and off of his notes, and you know, whatever we do, you know, we pitch everything to him. How about this or this and whatever. So we go off and we write the first draft, and we give it to him. And the whole plan is that the three of us are going to have writing credit, written by the three of us.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes and rewrites it, and he rewrites it like this. So pretend we had a scene where we said like interior radio studio. Matthew Berry's being interviewed by the king of all media, Howard Stern, about fantasy football. And so then, Howard, hey, Matthew, nice to meet you. Okay. He would rewrite that interior TV studio. Piers Morgan is interviewing Bob Smith about soccer.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
Hi, Bob. Let's have dinner on Sunday. Like, so there's not one word that's the same, but it's the exact same scene,
Script,
the point of the scene.
Right. Instead of nighttime, it might be daytime.
Right. It's all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Instead of interior restaurant, it's interior bar. Like it's like that's what he did. He rewrote the entire script like that.
Right.
It's like a college kid copying his term paper. Right.
Right.
And then what he did was, and we didn't care about that, but then he turned it in and took our names off. He said he wanted sole writing credit.
Wow.
And we're like, and because of the contract and everything like that, we needed to have writing credit on the movie,
Absolutely,
like because of residuals and everything like that. I mean, the whole reason we wrote it was for money.
Right.
So now the line's drawn in the sand. So it's us versus him. And I mean, it's like, here's Paul Hogan. Every scene of the movie written based on characters he created, executive produced by him, starring him. He's in every frame of the movie, but he still needs solo writing credit. So
strange,
right? So it goes to the Writers Guild, which is a process that anytime there's a dispute over the credits, it goes through the process. They vote for us. They read our draft, his draft, and the final shooting script, and they say Matthew and Eric get writing credit.
Right.
So okay, fine. He appeals it. After the appeal, still same thing. He appeals the appeal. All right. So now he's had 9. It's a 3-person each time, 3-person panel. So he's now lost 9-0. Right.
Right.
3 different times he's lost. You'd think he'd drop it, but no. He goes on all the media, including the show. I was so horrible. I was listening to KLSX in L.A. Right. I'm listening to you, and the first time you've ever heard of my existence, he's on here promoting the movie, and he's trashing us. He's just like, I'm going to sue the Writers Guild.
Where is that? I want to hear that.
I think it's, they told you, I think it might be on Gary Page 2, guys.
Let me see. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I was horrified.
I don't even remember him doing this show.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
I kind of remember him doing the show. It was so long ago. You wrote this one yourself?
No, I'm not credited with writing it, but I did, yeah.
You did. You wrote it.
Yeah.
You gave
Why are you
somebody
not
else the
credited?
credit?
I wrote the screenplay. The WGA wouldn't let me have a credit because I'm the producer.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
So
sense.
who's credited
Well,
as a writer? That doesn't make sense. It's true. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason is the reason that rule is that if you are a producer on the movie, so that you can't just force your name on the movie, you have to prove that you have written it. So there's a standard. I believe it's 50%. 50% of the screenplay has to be new.
Well, let me just,
if you're a producer.
There's 12 seconds left on this clip. Let me just see if there's anything else interesting.
The 2 guys that wrote the plot with me.
I see.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. It's the WGA.
Never heard of them before.
They're about to go on strike, and I'm a dirty foreigner and a producer.
Do you own this film as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you were sitting and listening to that going, shit.
Right. I mean, first off, we're not like super proud of having written Croc 3, you know, but now we're in this very public thing.
Did the movie do well at all? I mean,
it made money.
It made money.
It made money. It didn't do as well as the first 2 movies, but it definitely made money. And yeah, we made.
I
nice
love
money.
Crocodile Dundee. I do. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
So of course, they get treated like shit. They're not allowed to walk the red carpet, and they're supposed to have.
Oh, you went to the premiere and they treated you like shit?
Oh, totally. Because so not only we're supposed. Well, like we had the last 2 seats in the theater, like in the very corner. Like all the cast and crew is there. Our names are only in the one place Paramount was contractually obligated to put it there. Yeah, I mean, and like normally like you go to a premiere, like all the stars get tables. Like we didn't even get chairs. We got like one of those stand-up tables, like way in the corner.
You wouldn't give up your writing credit. What's wrong with you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you had a pretty good career going as a writer before you got into this fantasy football stuff. Did you work on Married with Children too?
I did.
Gary told me that. What did you do for them?
That was before the movies. I was a story editor. I worked on the last episode, last year of the show.
Yeah.
So I co-wrote the 250th episode on the answer to a trivia question.
Look at you.
And I wrote,
so this guy was doing really well, and you just gave it all up for. Do you ever have any temptation to go back to writing?
Not at all.
Yeah.
You know, like I was 35 years old, and I was totally miserable. I'd been in therapy, you know, and I was.
People would think that's really cool though, to be a writer and to work on all those shows.
Well, I know, and that was what was screwing me up. Was like I'd had this success, like I had this job that everyone.
What was your big
dreams of.
story on Married with Children? That Ed O'Neill was cheap.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he buy everybody for a gift?
So yeah, basically, he was totally cheap. Like, so you remember, like at that time, this is 1995, and everything, economy's doing real well, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'd heard like on other shows, like Seinfeld had bought like his entire staff for Christmas, like the camera guys and the crew guys, like he'd bought them all like really nice Schwinn bikes, like $250 bikes, and
nice.
and Drew Carey had like bought like VCRs for everyone, like So here we are. We're in the 12th year of the show, and the guys that created Married with Children, Moy and Levitt, were really generous. So guys that had been on the show from year one had been there for 12 years.
Right.
So here, the entire cast gets together and they give as a Christmas gift in year 12. A beach towel, a Married with Children beach towel, like, and not even like a nice big thick beach towel, but like
you don't appreciate that,
right? Like some like sort of super thin.
Here's a nice beach towel,
right?
Wow.
Like a $12 beach towel, and it wasn't even like like on Seinfeld. Like I think like Jerry gave a gift, and then like the other three like
but like when you go to the beach, you're really dry, right? Because you have a towel.
Yeah, it's absorbent. It's a Married with Children beach towel. Like, and then there was another one where I wasn't here for this, but it was passed down by a number of people. So like after like the season 8 or something like that, Ed, who played Al Bundy, Ed says to the entire casting, to all the camera guys, "Hey guys, good season, nice work. Let's go to lunch."
Right.
You know, like on the last day. So they go out to lunch and whatever. So all the grips and key grips and everything are out there. And so the waitress brings the check to Ed. And he picks it up and he's just like, "All right, who had the tuna fish?"
No, he split the check.
Swear to God, he made them all go Dutch. No, it's like a $200 check. He invited them.
That's great.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder you wanted to go into fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so explain something to me. You get out of fantasy football, you get a job. And how do you get a job with ESPN being a fantasy football expert?
Well, basically how the version is that in 1999 there was a website that was advertising for writers, right?
Yeah.
And I basically wrote and I said, like, look, hey, I'm a professional writer living out here in Hollywood, but fantasy sports is my life. I love it.
Wow.
Can I try out? Can I do something on the side for free? They wrote me back and they said, we looked you up on IMDb. Married with Children is our favorite show of all time.
Right.
You're hired.
Wow.
So that was in 1999. I worked on that site for about 4.5 years.
Man.
I developed a big enough following that I decided to start my own website called TalentedMrRoto.com, which was my dumb little nickname.
Talented Mr. Roto?
Yes.
What is that?
I know.
TalentedMrRoto.com.
Right. Well, so fantasy baseball used to be called Rotisserie League Baseball. That's what it used to be called. So Roto for short. And
what do you do on the website? You make recommendations and picks and stuff. So you're kind of like a handicapper for football.
Yeah. I give advice, but
how can you give advice if you don't win regularly in fantasy football?
I do win regularly. I do win. But
Gary, is he considered a great? Now,
first of all, he's in our league. How many leagues are you in?
I'm like in 10 leagues.
Right. Who put you in our league? How long ago did you join our league?
Can I tell you how we got in our league?
Yeah.
We decided when we started the league we were going to put one celebrity in the league.
Okay.
So our original celebrity was Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah. Now all the guys hated Jerry in the league.
We love
right?
Jerry.
You do.
We hate him in the league.
Yeah. Why do you hate him in the league?
There were two things that were going on. The first is in the draft, which he would do via phone, he would only draft New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
Why does that annoy you?
Because it's not taking it seriously.
I see.
It's not taking it seriously.
That's not how you win.
But the other thing is, after Monday Night Football's over, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning is when the wire opens, and so everybody puts their trades in. You can't, but there's an order to go, and you can't. One trade can't be made till another one is made. There's a hierarchy.
You all rely on
and Jerry we couldn't find him for like 2 days.
So he didn't.
So we threw him out of the league.
You threw him out. Who threw him out?
Jason had to call him.
Right.
Jason, come here. So you need it. Why did you want a celebrity to make it more fun?
We just thought it'd be fun to have one.
Right. Jason, what happened? Why did you get selected to call Jerry O'Connell and throw him out of our fantasy football league?
Because I'm the asshole, and that's my role.
And
how
Will
did that
didn't want to do it, right?
Oh, Will totally didn't want to do it.
How does that go? I mean, mean, what do? You just,
know what? It wasn't horrible. I don't remember exactly because you just haven't seen that into it, and you haven't been available.
And did he put up a fuss or
no?
He understood.
Like I said, I think he kind of
He kind of
understood.
He wasn't that upset.
But to go back to how annoying he is, because I explained this to you the other day, and you seem to get
annoying?
it. Jerry. It's like when you're playing blackjack and someone doesn't play by the rules.
Right.
It's like
I hate that.
Yeah, and so by him doing shitty drafts, it screws up everybody's,
Right, so he's out.
Future picks. So he's out and Barry's in.
But how do you decide that Matthew Berry's going to be in?
I have a pretty good personal relationship with Matthew, and I knew he's a fan of the show, and I knew he wanted in, so he was my first. I'm like, hey, let's put
Why
Matthew
does Will hate Matthew? I hear all this.
Will's got a whole thing in his head that Matthew is a bully, and that
which is insane.
He hates that Matthew calls himself a fantasy expert, and who the fuck is he to be a fantasy expert? And he just gets under Will's skin so easily.
Will, why are you disturbed by Matthew? He seems to take the league seriously. I mean, this is what you're looking for.
Right.
Why does he get under your skin?
First of all, is this thing on?
See, this is what's great about this. It's all male camaraderie, right?
It is.
And wives never understand this shit, like why everybody's all worked up.
Although wives are now getting more into it. I like in the book. There's like a ton of stories of husbands and wives playing together.
Oh, you wrote a book? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even know why the fuck you walked in.
What's the book called?
What's the book? Let's plug that.
Thanks, guys. It's right here.
What is that?
It's called Fantasy Life.
Matthew Berry. It's all about your life with fantasy football.
It's a bunch of
Do you talk about these guys because you're in a league with them?
I am in a league in this. I talk about these guys. I talk about you. I talk about the influence you had on my career.
Influence on fantasy football?
Yes.
How did I influence you rather briefly?
Well, just because what I loved about you, there's so many things, but I love the fact that you basically said, like, I don't care how everyone else does morning DJ. Like, people forget that you were a morning DJ, like traffic and news, and you basically said, I'm going to do it my way.
That's right.
Right, and so you didn't follow the rules, and you obviously became who you are. And so I love the fact that you would talk for 17 minutes about what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I basically, in my columns, I made it about myself. I basically ripped you off. I basically, I made it.
I influenced you.
Totally, completely influenced. And I've talked about it throughout my career in the book.
And you're successful. Look at that.
No, it absolutely works.
All right, well, good. Thank you for saying that. Now, what's your problem? This guy seems like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
First of all, Jason has a big fat hard-on for Barry. Like, it's ridiculous.
Why,
he licks his ass.
Oh, really?
No, I like Matt Berry. I don't know what to tell you. I like him as a person. I like him as a fantasy guy.
Right.
Jason's like one of those women that knew nothing about fantasy sports, and then he started following Barry, and that's his messiah. He listens to everything that Barry says now.
Right.
Have you ever won the league?
I have won the league.
Oh, look at you.
Now ask Will how many times he's won the league.
Has he
How many times have you won?
There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy. Okay,
Have you
there
won?
is.
But, Will, the way you're talking sounds like you want Jerry O'Connell back in the league.
No, Barry's all right. He's just a pain in the ass.
Right. So he irks
Why is he a pain in the ass?
Because he comes in, he's new to the league, and he immediately wants to make league changes. And
what kind of changes?
There was something that
lots of rules bothered him because they affected him personally.
Right.
What were the rules?
I don't know what happened last year, but there was a rule discussion, right?
There's waiver issues.
And I know that Will was pulling his hair out of his head.
Right.
And it's the reason why Will has been our commissioner. He has stepped down as commissioner.
I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job to do.
Right. So he's the commissioner.
What is your problem with the league?
Well, there's no problem with the league. The rule was very confusing.
It wasn't that confusing until it affected you personally.
I didn't understand.
What is the rule?
Howard, I've been playing for 30 years. I do this professionally, right? So I'm like, I play in a ton of different leagues. And so I say, like, look, I don't totally understand this. And I say, does anyone else understand this? And Jason's like, I don't understand it.
His little lapdog didn't understand either.
Right. So then JD texts me, and JD's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't want to get into this publicly. And then John Hine, emails the league.
That's full of shit. John Hine did not say anything.
John Hine emails the league and says, well, here's how I understand the league. So he explains the rule. And then he says, is that right, Will? So even John Hine doesn't understand the rule.
Is anybody doing actual work around here? That's what I'm getting nervous about.
That was the problem.
That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work going on into this fantasy.
Too much work. That's why I went out. I said, I got to concentrate on the show. Fat boy over there.
No, I'm temporary. I am just taking the lead for a couple months.
And was this ruling changed based on what Matt Berry had to say?
Well, we had already started the league. This was the whole thing. Once the season starts, you can't just change the rules in the middle of it.
I just asked
so
for
that's why all this trouble was. And Matt, I come home. I know Will's getting into arguments with him on the phone. Then I come home and Matt is texting me.
Who is the biggest nut case in this league? Is it JD?
David Height.
David Height?
It's David Height.
Oh, really?
Okay, first of all, he shows up with a binder that looks like he's doing his thesis at Columbia University.
Yeah, it was organized.
Very organized, but like several binders, everything like that. And I'm going to preface this. I get along great with David. I like David a lot, except when we play fantasy football.
Right.
Then he annoys the living shit out of me.
Why? Because he has a binder?
Well, no, because one of the great things about playing fantasy is everybody breaks everybody's balls.
Right.
But it's very good-natured. You know, so like I might get up and I might make a pick, and Will take a crack at me, but there's a joke in there.
Right.
Whereas David, he would question you. Gary, why are you doing that? That's really bad.
Why would he question you? I mean,
because that's what what people do. Like, there's always the expert in the league. That's the guy who knows better than everybody else.
Right. And why is it so important to JD to win? What is
he did win once. He did win once. He beat me actually the first year I played.
Doesn't he put an unusual amount of hours into this thing?
First of all, he plays every fantasy sport. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did fantasy sumo wrestling. Like what Matt, he plays it, not just the football. And yes, it
How
means.
does he have time for that?
I don't know, but Howard, here's what's amazing.
What else is he doing?
Even more,
but working for me 24 hours a day. Why do you? What fantasy beside football are you involved in? Honestly.
Well, I'm in about four fantasy baseball leagues.
Are you a fan of Matt Berry's or are you not? You like him? He doesn't irritate you?
Yeah,
He's a good guy. Is David Height irritating to you too?
Well, when you see someone with a big binder, it's a little annoying.
Is David Height in danger of becoming another Jerry O'Connell and getting thrown out? No, he takes it seriously.
Well, okay. So let me tell you something. So Jimmy Kimmel's got a league, right? We had heard through the grapevine that Cousin Sal came up with this great idea. The winner of the league on any given year could throw anybody out the next year.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was a great idea. And in fact, there's a story. Tell the story about it.
There's a story that's in the book about 1 year, John Hamm of Mad Men, he's in the league as well, right? And so taping's running long, and they're blowing up his phone. Where are you? Where are you? He's like, I'm coming. Like, let's go. He gets through traffic. They're like, dude, where are you? So he gets there. He's out of breath. His hair's all messed up. He's clearly made unbelievable efforts to get there. And they're like, you're voted out of the league.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that Cousin Sal, he can really be mean.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sal's great.
What goes on in fantasy football? There's some fantasy football leagues that are so crazy that the guy who wins can force one of the other guys to get a shitty tattoo?
Yeah, that's what the book is. The book is like lots of the great stories. So there's a league in Omaha, Nebraska. You can, if you go to YouTube and you look for Tattoo League, you'll see it, right? Yeah, the loser of the league has to get a tattoo chosen by the winner.
So literally, if I win, I could say to a guy, I want you to tattoo your head with a cock on it and cock and balls?
Yeah, their rule is that it can't be on the face and it can't be like racist or offensive, but like embarrassing. So the guy that lost last year has a tattoo of Justin Bieber's face.
And it says fantasy loser.
It's fantasy loser.
Oh, that's fantastic.
# YOLO swag. Like, he's a 25-year-old dude. He's going to be 50 and he's got Justin Bieber's face on his leg. You know, like it's about that big.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right.
So we talked about.
It would be a great league. Like a guy has to put his wife up. In other words, the winner, the winner gets to pick whatever wife he wants to bang.
So I brought the punishment idea. A couple of years ago, and I said that's a funny idea. So I had the votes. Right? And then I think I will wavered a little bit. A couple of guys thought it was too cruel, but JD is very against the punishment. He's finished last 3 years in a row.
He's last place 3 years in a row. Howard, it's actually harder to finish last 3 years in a row than it is to win the league.
JD, why are you so bad at it?
I don't. You know what?
And you put the most time in.
I draft stupidly. I pick people that I think are going to come back, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I put in. I vote players, or I pick players too high. I'm just a mess.
So, the draft day is the best day for fantasy football. It's when you get together, you put your team together, the whole season's ahead of you.
Wow.
Usually you leave feeling pretty good.
Right.
He is miserable after a draft. I mean, just miserable.
I don't understand.
Because the first two picks are pretty basic. You know, it's like, all right. But then, it's just, I don't know. I just fuck off.
So why you're not getting any enjoyment out of this? Why are you torturing yourself?
Because I want to do well. I want to, succeed at something in life.
He does one of those things, by the way. He's a huge Bengals fan. He's from Cincinnati.
Right.
And he tends to draft a lot of Bengals who don't perform because he likes to watch their team.
No, hold on. I don't draft, Bengals that don't perform unless they're lower.
Howard, you know what he does?
What does he do wrong?
I'll tell you. He overthinks it. I think it's the same thing with women. I think he just overthinks it too much, and he just gets in his own way.
Wow. Is that the trick to fantasy football? Don't overthink it?
Yeah. And in some ways, you just kind of let it come to you. Yeah,
is there one secret you could give everyone on how to win fantasy football?
Patience. Be patient. people tend to panic and they'll bail on a player like early on, after 1 week and they don't do it. Generally speaking, players will do what they're supposed to do. You have to have patience.
Go with your gut, and your initial feeling was this guy's going to do well. The first game of the season, don't panic.
Right. Yeah. Like that's a
Does
basic.
JD panic? Is that his problem?
He does. He does. He overthinks everything. Overthinks everything.
He'll come into the draft with like a rule. For example, there's no way I'm drafting Dustin Keller this year. Like that'll be his rule, and then he'll break it like 10 minutes into the draft.
I stupidly drafted D'Angelo Williams a year after he shit the bed, and he shit the bed again.
Right.
I'm a fucking mess.
You know why Jerry O'Connell probably didn't take it seriously? He married Rebecca Romaine.
Right.
I mean,
he's
Jesus
married
Christ.
to a supermodel.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have time to sit there and be doing a draft.
That could be true, or I think we were the 12th league he was in, so the opposite of that might also be true.
He has too much.
Yeah, he got all bitter. I think.
Yes, Chad. Chad, you're on the air in Asheville.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Why is that?
Well, hey, this guy is supposedly an expert on fantasy football. He wrote a whole fucking book about fantasy football.
Yes.
His advice is don't overthink it. Any thought about fantasy football is overthinking it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think the book is more about people's experiences with fantasy football. It's anecdotes, this kind of thing, isn't
The
that?
only thing more boring than fantasy football is listening to a bunch of fat losers who can't play any sport talk about their fantasy football.
Isn't it true that 91% of the people who play fantasy football are white males?
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty male. It's pretty
male
but
and
like,
pretty white, right?
Fairly white.
Is that because black people are busy playing football and white guys are busy watching?
Yeah, white guys can't play, so they're just having fantasy.
We haven't really done that study. We got to figure that out. Dial down on that.
Very few black fantasy football leagues. Is that true?
Yeah. No, that's not true.
But no,
can I just talk about one more controversy that's going on in the league this year? Because we might as well have it out right now.
Go ahead.
So we're a 10-person league. That's a pretty good size. That's your regular size.
Okay.
So there's been talk about expanding to a 12-person league.
Right.
Mostly because JD has enlisted a porn star that he's madly in love with to play, but she doesn't really know how to play. But he told me yesterday she's been studying.
She's studying.
But it's not, I don't want to bring someone who's
You're going to bring a girl in just because you're trying to fuck her?
I'd rather no. Well, I don't think I'd fuck her, but
chances are these other guys will fuck
listen,
her.
I'd rather look at her than David Height on draft day. All right,
So you know what?
Sorry,
but you want people to take it seriously.
Right.
You don't
I
sit
know.
there.
You know that too.
Bring her in to put the stickers on the board. Then, if you want to look at her on draft day, we can get models to come in and do it.
It was just an idea, guys.
He wants an excuse.
It's not just an idea because he's already spoken to her and he's got her working on studying to be in the league.
No, she was doing that before. It's like Gary, just leave me alone, will you?
But I'm almost.
You know what's going to have Jerry O'Connell end up fucking her, and he's not even in the league.
Listen, we'll stay 10 teams. I don't care. It's fine. I'll finally lose again.
All right, exactly.
And there will not be a punishment.
You realize you might lose to a porn star then, right? Do you understand? Can you imagine someone who doesn't know what she's doing at all, and JD still finishes last?
Well, it'll be just my fucking luck.
JD, you got a bad attitude.
And that's what his downfall is. He's having a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are we not, Robin, seeing the fun of fantasy football right now with these guys acting like idiot 2-year-olds?
It's the genesis of why JD and Jared stopped talking to each other.
Oh, is that?
It was over a kicker.
Oh, you guys were fighting over.
No, listen. He accused me of the kicker was a whole other thing or something.
He accused you of what?
I picked up someone off a waiver wire, and he started accusing me of how I'm not doing work. I'm worried about fantasy football.
Right.
And then it got then I got pissed off because I don't like my work ethic questioned, and that's how that started.
Oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But still, the JD Jared fight on the Stern Show started because of fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, isn't it? It really is. What?
There's one other thing that Jason just brought up. When we do, the draft is the most fun day of the year. There's a lot of hope, and everybody brings.
By the way, you're all fired if you show up at that draft.
Everybody brings their best ball breaking and all that stuff. Yeah. But there's one guy that does suck the life out of the room, and that's Scott Sale.
Scott's involved in the league.
He's funny because here's what he does. He gets up. His papers are all over the place. He's shuffling through papers, and he gets up and he slowly walks to the board and cracks a joke that nobody laughs at.
Right.
And then he picks a guy who broke his leg leg 2 days ago.
And
Right.
players always get injured or don't succeed like they should.
And so he's shitty at that, too.
Right.
Well, he
Yeah.
puts the black cloud curse on them.
Yeah, he drafted Matthew Stafford last year, who had come off an amazing season, and then last year, of course, just had a terrible season.
So you're saying when Scott drafts somebody,
right.
they actually do poorly.
Correct.
They have
That
a
is
bad.
correct. They have
If
That's not true. That's not true.
You did draft Matthew Stafford last year,
Well,
right?
he had a bad year, but the other guys I drafted had good years. I mean, listen, I've never come in last. I finished in the top 6 and made the playoffs every year. I think I missed one. I came in second one year. I'm doing pretty good. It's not like I mean, JD can't
Scott.
find his way out of a paper bag.
That's the great thing about it, Howard.
So in other words, you've beaten JD.
Yeah, but I don't do that much work for it, though. I come in with a bunch of papers and I just start picking. That's why I pick injured players, because I got to work here.
Right, you're busy working.
I don't waste.
That's the worst thing ever. Not true.
Why don't you ask Scott how much work he puts into his fantasy baseball league? You think he was a real commissioner of the MLB?
Well, it's all rather depressing to me. I mean, guys, stop wasting your time with this shit and get back to work. The book is called, all right? Now, why do all you guys think that Matthew Berry's wife is too hot for him?
So she's a 10.
She's really pretty.
She's a 10?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Matthew, how'd you get this stunning-looking woman?
I met her.
You met her?
I met her.
She was impressed with your fantasy football?
No, she doesn't. No, she was not. She was not impressed. You should ask
Your wife
her.
is here with you?
Yeah, she is.
Let me take a look at her to see if she's too hot for you. I'll pass judgment
She is,
on the
by the way.
She's
Her
too
name is
hot.
Jess.
Is there a punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to divorce. Will you be willing to put her up for the league? So you guys. Oh, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's your wife?
This is my wife.
Oh, for
This is my
God's
wife,
sake. She
yeah.
is too hot. You're way too hot for him. What? Don't you think you're too hot for him?
No.
You don't?
There you go, honey. Thank you.
Do you like the fantasy football thing?
No.
You do not. It
No.
bothers you as a wife, and you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It takes up a lot of time. He's obsessed.
But it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills.
Yeah,
and he's
come on.
happier. And he's happier.
I'm
So
very
much
happier.
And the
And we
season
do-
is 18 weeks. So
Right.
mentally, I'm prepared that once football season starts, there's an end. There's a light at the end
Let
of the
me
tunnel.
ask you a question, and everybody wants to know this. Is probably on everyone's mind right now. Would you rather be with Jerry O'Connell for a husband or Matthew as your husband?
I don't know who Jerry is.
You don't know who Jerry is? Oh, my goodness, that's an insult. Trust me, you'd rather be with
No,
Jerry.
but we did she played fantasy last year. We did a league with our kids and like their friends and their
You
parents and
love
everything
it.
like
You
that.
love it. It's your life.
Absolutely, I love it. You would love it, Howard.
The
And
book
if you
is
can't
called.
beat him, join him.
Right.
So I did try it.
How'd you do? Did you win?
I was in the middle. I'm competitive, so I started getting like upset.
And you started watching the players and studying and all of that.
I wanted to win.
It's only got to be good for the NFL. It gets more people interested in football.
The people that play fantasy watch more NFL games, buy more jerseys, more tickets, like that. I mean, it's $1 billion industry.
Oh, they're
Howard.
just really stupid, is what you're saying.
Howard, here's the weird part. The players, most of a lot of NFL players play, and then they tweet about other players who had a shitty day.
Oh, wow.
Like another running back will say, "Hey, man, you fucked up my league this week."
Oh, that's interesting.
Just to give you an idea, Howard, 13% of all Americans played fantasy sports last year. To give you a comparison, 8% of all Americans played golf.
Yes.
Well,
Now,
I mean-
how much is the most expensive league you're in?
The most expensive league I'm in, I got invited this year to a $10,000 a team league. I've heard of a Wall Street league where it's $100,000 to get in.
A buy-in.
A
yeah.
buy-in of $100,000.
So the winner could win $1 million.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
God. How much can you win in the $10,000 league?
Well, there's 12 teams, so 120.
120?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So, but you know,
that one
the
you
tr-
must
the
be
tru-
taking very seriously.
Yes, but the truth
But do you
is,
play different players in different leagues? You have
Yeah,
to, because
you
sometimes
do.
other people get your favorite player.
And the truth is, Howard, I don't play for money. Like ESPN pays my salary. I'm thrilled with that. Like I play because it's fun. Like I'm like as we're talking with the Stern Show.
If there
league,
was no
whatever.
money
So, like,
involved,
fun-
would you still play?
Absolutely.
You would.
Absolutely, because it's about the pride and the trash talk, and it's about getting guys tattoos. Like there's a story in the book about there's a league in the Bronx where they make the loser dress up as a lion,
right?
And they all chase him with paintball guns.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I mean, so it's leagues like that.
Are
you know?
there any penalties in any of the leagues that you're in presently?
No. But I'm trying to get the guys in here to do one because I think
I
that would be
see.
funny.
Yeah.
And do it on the air or whatever. Like
Yeah.
JD's the only one that doesn't want to do it
Because he
we're all-
comes in last.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
But we should outvote him. We should outvote him 9-1.
Well, I got to tell you, I had no idea any of this was going on. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
When Gary suggested you come in here and explain it to me, I said, and he started wanted to tell me what was going on. I got very upset. I didn't like it.
Well, they don't do it during the show, Howard. And I would love it. It would be my dream if you would try this. If you and Beth played together, like, you know, I know Beth.
I'm not playing, and it drives me crazy that a lot of the guys who play fantasy football around here were not the same guys who stayed home during the hurricane. So there you go. All right, listen. Matthew Berry's book is Fantasy Life. It's in stores now. You can get it if you want to read about. It sounds like a fascinating book.
It's a bestseller. It made the bestseller list.
Personally, I'd rather see a picture of your wife in a
you.
bikini, but that's my. You wear bikinis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever photograph yourself and put it up on Twitter?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
No.
Well, I'll follow
On
you.
Facebook.
What is your
On
on
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
I'll friend you. What is your handle?
Beth Berry.
Beth Berry? All right, I'll friend you immediately. For more info, including tour dates, go to fantasylifethebook.com. What do you mean tour dates?
Well, like I'm doing book signings, and then I do like some fantasy football, advice. People like who to draft and that kind of stuff. So.
Do a lot of fans turn? Do you have a lot of fans that are into this thing?
Yeah,
they'll come out and
I do.
Have you ever, your wife now, have you ever sexted Anthony Weiner?
Twice.
Twice, all right. And play fantasy football for free at ESPN.com, right?
Yes.
That's your employer.
Yes, it is.
And follow Matthew on Twitter at Matthew Berry, TMR. What's TMR stand for?
Talented Mr. Roto. It's my little nickname. It's my goofy little nickname, Howard.
That's weird. That's a weird nickname.
Is he sexting anybody?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's sexting several of the NFL players.
Right, and Jason Kaplan.
Matthew, a pleasure to meet you. And,
Howard, this is such a thrill. Like, you have no idea what a big fan I am of you.
Thrilled to meet you. Thrilled for you in your fantasy football life. You got out of writing. You're doing what you love, so I'm happy for you. Happy for you, too, and we'll be back.
Was she married to him when he was a writer?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you married the fantasy football, Matthew.
I married fantasy football.
Yeah.
Matthew. We met in Connecticut. He had already moved up from L.A. to Connecticut.
And when you heard that he played fantasy football, did you say, I'm heading for the hills? I'm getting out of this right away?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know what it was. And I thought he did a lot of digital work at ESPN. I think it was our third date I realized that.
Yeah,
we bought
usually.
his website. And
Usually a girl goes, well, I play fantasy football for a living. And, they go, oh, this guy, I got to get that.
But you know what? But Howard, that used to be the perception, but it's not true anymore. Jay-Z plays fantasy football. Ashton Kutcher plays fantasy football.
So a girl might not understand.
Right, I understand. But there's
Isn't it great you have an unconventional living that you make?
I'm unbelievably blessed. It's amazing. I was, like I said, I was 35 and depressed. I had these websites. I was making a good living in Hollywood. I was in therapy, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to chase happiness. I don't care about money. I gave up show business and just.
That's a very good lesson in life. Chase happiness.
I just chased happiness, and everything else ended up following. I just said, I want it. I've got these little websites. It's the only things I care about, and I'm going to just try to make a living at this. I don't know if I can, but this is the only thing that makes me happy.
Hey, good for you. Good advice. All right, listen, get the book, Matthew Berry's book, Fantasy Life, in stores now. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Matthew.
So, Matthew, you appeared to have piqued Howard's interest in fantasy sports, or at least in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So, mission accomplished.
I think so. Look, I think there are a lot of people that thought Howard Stern would never utter the words fantasy football. So the fact that we did a whole segment on fantasy and that he was sort of interested, I think, that was great.
Will Murray, venting some of his frustration with you. Did you have any idea that this was coming down the pike?
Well, I knew Will was going to get angry at me because, that's what Will does. Will gets angry. He's wrong, you know what I mean? All I did was basically say, hey, can you explain this rule to me? And he got all bent out of shape.
You questioned his leadership, but in a valid way from your perspective.
From my perspective, yeah. I didn't understand the rule. And then there were other people in the league who were like, yeah, I don't understand the rule either. I don't understand the rule either. No one understood the rule except for Will. So, I don't know. We eventually changed the rule, and everything's happy now, so.
That sort of speaks to the fact that you were right.
I think so. I think it does. We changed the rule, and now everyone understands it, so.
This rule aside, what are some of your criticisms of Will Murray as commissioner, being a guy who's been in so many leagues and understands the world?
That's my only criticism, because I think Will did a real good job, as commissioner. So, yeah, I think he was organized and did a good job, was fair. Just got a little crazy.
And as long as I have you here right now, what's your feelings on Ray Rice? Because I want to pick your brain.
I like Ray Rice this year. I have him as a top 5 guy. I think the concerns of Bernard Pierce are overdrawn or overstated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you look at his usage once Jim Caldwell took over calling the plays. It's fine. In addition to that, In addition to that, losing Dennis Pitta, they're going to have to do something more in terms of sort of the middle of the field. And, Rice is such a good pass catcher. I think Rice top 5 back, no question.
So you don't think losing Bolden in the passing attack, the Super Bowl, hangover, none of that?
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
All right. Good luck with your new book, Matt.
Thank you, man.
Yes. You finally got a chance to out Matthew Berry as the know-it-all that you found him to be over the past couple of seasons. Conversely, do you see anything valuable about his advice and his columns, or is this guy all smoke and mirrors?
No, I mean, listen, he's a good writer. There's no doubt that he's a good writer, and I think that's what separated him from other fantasy experts. But at the end of the day, like, what makes him a fantasy expert more than you and I? Like, we watch the games. We know that, there's a certain criteria, recipe to this. Somebody has a good offensive line, and they're going to have a good running back usually, and there's no kind of consequences to what he says. Like, he can give any advice. I think last year he said Michael Vick should be the #1 pick in every draft. Michael Vick was awful last year, right?
Right.
So, okay, who cares about that? He can just say whatever he wants. I can give advice to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's shitty or not. I mean, it's based on an event that hasn't happened yet. But to go out there and say that, I have all the answers, and then there's no kind of, like I said, consequence to being wrong. It's just like he comes back on ESPN the next week. It's fine. But again, that's aside the point. I just felt like he came in the league. He was a bit of a bully. He was upset about some of the way the waiver worked, so he wanted to blow the entire thing up and start again. And I just didn't have time for that. I'm busy with work. I got kids at home, the whole thing. So someone else can deal with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Who is that someone else going to be?
Jason.
So Jason's going to take
Hippo
over.
boy over there.
Tell anyone for a long time.
The talented Mr. Hippo?
The talented Mr. Hippo. The untalented Hippo.
First of all, I don't want to brag, but I did play. I was on the my high school freshman football team. So of all the guys in the league, it's a good possibility I might have the most actual hands-on football experience.
Wow, I did not. I mean,
I don't know what JD's high school football experience was.
I think getting beat up by the football team.
Not sure what Will's was. I don't think he played fan. I think he was too busy dying of cancer in a hospital somewhere.
He has male cheerleader written all over.
Yeah, totally. Steve,
perfect build for it.
You played in high school?
Freshman football, starting wide receiver.
All right. Well, there you go. So Steve gets it. Steve knows. He's been through Hell Week. He understands. Yeah,
When discussing this controversial league over the last few years, there's been, lots of fights.
You want to see me get in a 3-point stance? I'll get in a 3-point stance.
Yes,
all
I do.
All right, this is what everybody wants.
Get out of a 3-point stance.
Well, I didn't say that. We're going to cut, and it's going to be a dissolve of me going to I'm like, let's make it so this. Feet a push, shoulder length apart, knees. Right. So watch me break. Back off. I'll break out the ball.
Ready? On one. Down two.
Okay. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say about that? You didn't catch when I touched the ground over there.
Oh, my bad.
I was doing the sprints. Anyway,
I was trying to get the reaction.
Anyway, yes. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Trying to call your reaction.
So this league has been the source of lots of stress and great stories over the years. Do you think having Matthew here, introducing him to Howard, sort of getting it all out on the table will be almost cathartic for this league, will help you move forward?
No, it'll make it worse because now everybody knows what we've been arguing about behind closed doors. I think it's going to make everyone more hyper aware of what we're doing. But that's, to me, I mean, as a ball buster, that's what fantasy football is for me. I love draft day, love busting balls. I love busting balls. I'm sorry, I'm still out of breath now.
If you want to take a knee for the rest of this interview, that's totally
It was 1997 the last time I played football. You take a knee? I love, to me, I mean, obviously winning is great, and the season sucks halfway through if your team sucks and you're not going anywhere, but it's the back and forth, it's the bullshitting, and that's why the work league is the most fun, because most of us are here in the office together. So, we can come and I could be yelling down the hall, like, yo, JD, your team sucked, it's just fun. It's fun stuff.
Robin, as you know, and as the world knows, it's no secret that your birthday is August 8th.
Oh, why are you telling people?
Well, because
Don't you like me?
we won't be on the air August 8th, and I thought today I would pay tribute to your birthday, so that lest anyone think we were ignoring it.
Please, let's ignore it.
Yeah, are you depressed about it?
I don't think about it until, like, you make a big deal out of it, and then I have to say, what age am I?
First of all, there is the screen that says "Happy Birthday, Robin."
With
Alan, can I make a point?
Yeah.
Robin, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but you thought about it a lot the year that he didn't celebrate it enough.
No.
Oh, here we go.
We've talked about this privately, and it wasn't that at all.
She didn't like the way I celebrated her birthday. Not that I didn't celebrate it enough. I know what she's talking about. Gary gone. That's because Gary's getting into his outfit for your birthday.
What is he doing?
Well, we put together tribute. The first exciting thing is Gary's going to play trumpet, but in a sombrero. The amazing thing about Gary, there he is. He's got a Mexican sombrero. Gary doesn't look like a white guy. We even went out on the street and we asked people. We showed a picture of Gary and we said, "What ethnicity do you think this guy is?" Nobody. I think one guy thought he was white. All right, Robin, let's get on with it. It's time to celebrate your birthday. We have a couple of tributes and things and people to talk to from your past.
Oh.
And it's time to celebrate. Gary will kick it off with, this is a new version of Robin's theme with Gary playing trumpet live. Here we go.
Did he practice?
I want to get the mix right. Gary is in sombrero and poncho for Robin's birthday. You've only gotten worse at that. You were better the first day.
I was going to say, now his playing is just making noise.
Yeah.
I practiced the other day. The trumpet player from Train was up here.
Yeah.
So he showed me the notes.
Yeah.
After about 5 or 6 times blowing.
Here, let me start it again and try and do your best.
But I run out of, I don't know if I can get any sound anymore.
Try, right? 1, 2, 3. I'm here. It's a bed. Awful. All right. Annoying.
It would help if you waited till the music started.
Oh, yeah. That's what's going to help.
With those lips, you should be the greatest trumpet player ever.
You would think.
Yeah. You would. No notes, huh? For Robin's birthday.
Oh, there they go.
His giant lips are exhausted. All right. Very nice. How about Garnado instead of Sharknado? Gary-nado, where Gary has his trumpet and he lands on you and plays that in your house. All right, Robin, here is a couple of birthday messages put together for you on your sort of birthday. Here we go. David Spade.
Robin, it's David Spade. You can't tell by this nasally voice. And happy birthday. I'm glad you look really pretty. And you're doing good, and my birthday's this month, so I'm going to switch it about me. And you're always funding the show, and you always are adding something great, and you pay attention. I think that's good.
Robin, David Spade, the star of the hit movie Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
Yes.
There you go. Right now, we have a special gift. This is a visitor from south of the border. This is Master.
I missed him.
I know. This is Master Shaman Jose Coloputo. How do you say it, sir? Coloputo? Coloputo.
I never did get his name.
He's from Peru. He was there when you went through your ayahuasca experience, Robin. This is where you took hallucinatory drugs. He does not speak.
It's a tea.
It's a tea, yes, but it's a drug. He doesn't speak English, but he understands it. So we're going to use Elaine to translate his response, who speaks fluent Spanish, right?
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Jose, what do you remember from meeting Robin and giving her ayahuasca?
Yo me recuerdo que ella quería una visión profunda.
I remember that she wanted a profound vision.
Ella quería ser una persona mejor.
She wanted to be a better person.
Y quería el sacramento de ayahuasca.
And she wanted the sacrament of the ayahuasca.
All right. Now, how much did this cost?
1,200.
$1,200.
$1,200.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Pero ella quería como descuento.
And so,
But she wanted a discount.
Oh, I see.
I better have gotten one.
All right, so she drank the ayahuasca. Am I correct? Sí, yes.
Sí.
Okay. And then what happened?
Le dimos un cubito de plástico.
We gave her a plastic bucket.
Eso fue para que ella vomitaba.
It was so that she would vomit.
Cuando ella vomitaba, eso la ayuda de sacar todas esas cosas malas de adentro.
When she would vomit, it was to get everything out inside of her that was bad.
I can't believe Robin did this. It's unbelievable that she paid $1,200 for this. But go ahead. Then what happened?
I don't remember it being that much.
Go ahead.
Ella hizo eso y para una visión, para que le dijimos que ella haga esto para que se le salga todo eso, esas cosas malas.
We told her to do this so that she could get everything out and have a profound vision.
I see. So she puked it out.
Sí, le dijimos que ella vomite todo. Que,
Total.
Sí, que
Puke it all out.
Puke it all
que
out.
no lo deje adentro.
Don't leave anything inside.
Right.
Porque si ella se quería curar, ella tenía que dejarlo todo salir.
Because if she really wanted to be healed, she'd have to get it all out.
Oh, good for you. Now, and then the hallucinations start. What was the first thing you noticed when she started to hallucinate?
Ella estaba diciendo cosas extrañas.
She was saying very strange things.
Oh.
Ella dijo una ham hand.
Oh, no.
Manos de jamón. Manos de
ham hands.
Manos de jamón. Manos de jamón.
Ham
Manos de
hands.
jamón.
Manos de jamón. Ham hands.
Manos de
I see. And she was hallucinating.
Sí, vio espíritus.
She saw spirits.
Y oyó cosas.
And she heard things.
What type of spirits did she see?
Ella vio una cara de un hombre.
She saw the face of a man.
Pero con un espíritu de un hombre, pero la cara de un animal.
The spirit of a man, but the face of an animal.
Sí.
Oh, a spirit of a man and the face of an animal.
¿Cuál animal era?
Look at that big.
Lo llamó Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Sí, no entendía.
Over and over again.
Sí.
Sí, yes.
And he didn't understand that she just kept saying Baba Booey over and over again.
He wouldn't know that. That's a reference on our show. I don't know if you realize that. Baba Booey refers to our show.
Sí, fue extraño.
Face of an animal, but a human.
Sí.
I see.
He said it was very strange.
All right. And then what happened? After she saw this hallucination of an animal with a face, Baba Booey.
So le dijimos que ella vomite.
So he told her to keep
I
vomiting.
vomited again?
She vomited again.
Keep vomiting.
Right.
Keep vomiting.
Yeah. And when she vomits, what do you do?
Yo lo estaba aguantando a ella para que no se caiga.
He was holding her from behind so she wouldn't fall.
Pero ella ponía me pusía las manos para que aguantaba sus senos.
She would put my hands over her breast to hold her.
To hold her.
Oh.
So you held her from behind while holding up her breast.
Pero fue muy grande para mí. Yo soy
Her
pequeño.
breasts were too big for him because
this
he's
is getting
small.
a little bit redundant.
You're not very tall. Are you? No.
Cinco pies.
So
He's 5 feet tall.
Right. So you handled her breast, but your hands are so small you couldn't even hold them up.
Si no la podía aguantar.
He couldn't hold her up.
Wow. So you held on to them. I see. And were her breasts unusual?
No, fueron grandes, pero a mí es más para aguantarla, para que no se caigaba.
He said that they were very big, but for him it was good because she was sturdy. He could hold her up by her breasts.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So she threw up, and she had a hard time. And then what happened when she stopped throwing up? Was there anything to report there?
No, ella vomitaba y cuando ella se desmayó.
She fainted after she finished vomiting.
Right. Sí, se desmayó y yo la puse abajo.
He put her on the floor.
Right.
Entonces ella fue extraño que me dio sus panties.
Panties?
He said it was very strange because she gave him her panties.
Oh.
Sí.
I don't remember this.
Yo no entendía por qué.
Well, you were out of it, Robin. That's why
He said that he did not understand why she gave him the panties.
Did you ask her? Was there any explanation?
No,
given?
ella se desmayó, pero yo miraba el culito de ella, que fue bien grande.
She fainted, but he was able to see her beautiful butt that was very large.
Pero había sudor.
But it was sweaty.
Sweaty, well, of course.
Please.
Beautiful though, Robin, beautiful.
I was vomiting.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Pero yo me quedé con los panties para olerlo.
He kept the panties so that he could smell them.
You still have those panties?
Stop it.
Sí.
And he still has them.
And you smell the panties?
Sí.
Yes. And you
And he
like
smells them.
You like
Muy
it.
rico.
Wow.
Very, very delicious.
Well, Master Shaman, you've told the real story of Robin with her ayahuasca
goodness.
and her horrible hallucination, that face.
Baba Booey.
Poor Robin. But we want to thank you for coming in.
Muchas gracias. Un honor.
It's an honor. An honor to meet you.
An honor to have you.
Mucho frío aquí.
Yes.
That it's very cold here.
Oh, I think you said it was very free in this country.
Sí, muy frío.
Very cold. Yes, I know. That's why you're wearing your poncho and hat. And your sombrero, very much like what Gary was wearing when he played the trumpet. Well,
You must have felt at home when you saw it.
would you like my underwear? You can put it next to Robin's.
Robin's más grande.
Robins are bigger.
You love it. You love her breasts. And boy, every story with you ends up with some guy fondling you. Breasts and
Rico.
Very
Beautiful.
delicious.
Delicious, yes. Well, thank you, Master Shaman. All right, and thank you for Elaine for the beautiful translation.
My pleasure.
Excellent. Very literal. All right, there she is. And there he goes.
My shaman.
Your shaman. What a treat to have him here live. Usually it's on the phone. Good looking guy. Wow.
Elaine, could you...
You need to translate. Do you want me to translate? Okay.
Elaine, can you help me with a few follow-up questions
Sure.
for Master Shaman? No. Master Shaman, you mentioned you were expelling the ayahuasca through vomit, but was there anything else coming from her other end?
Había un olorcito.
A little smell.
Su culo bien grande, so había un olorcito.
Her very large butt produced a very strong smell.
I see, sir. Also, when you were grabbing a hold of her breasts, did you note that she has large areolas? That's been said about her previously.
Sí, eran bien grandes los senos de ella.
They were very large.
Como platos.
Like plates.
Wow. I was going to go with silver dollars, but that's a whole nother level. Okay, thank you. And my final question, was this the most erotic of all of your ayahuasca moments?
En mi país no hay muchas mujeres que son bien bonitas así.
In his country, there are not women as beautiful as Robin.
So cuando yo la vi, eso me cambió la vida.
So when he saw her, it changed his life.
Sí, quiero mudarme aquí a los Estados Unidos.
He wants to move here to the United States to be closer to her.
So this experience moved you almost as much as it did Robin herself.
Sí, fue una experiencia.
Very important experience. Profound.
Master Shaman, thank you so much for sharing your story today. And thank you, Elaine.
My pleasure.
Senor Del Abate.
Sí.
Talk to us for a brief moment, if you will, about all the prep work and sort of how this whole Robin surprise birthday thing came together.
You know, this has been going on. I think we had this idea in March, but John Hines really produced the segment. I mean, he ran everything by me, but, you know, came up with some ideas, ran it by Howard. Howard liked them, brought him to the writers' meeting. The writers wrote the scripts. John had some of them produced. A lot of work involved for Robin's birthday show.
Is it difficult to navigate a segment like this? Because, you know, we haven't seen Robin in a little bit. You know, she's the only, major female player around here. How far is too far and how much is too much?
Hard to know until you do it.
Listen, your trumpet playing wasn't at its peak form today, but your effort was.
Sí.
Much appreciated.
So.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack backers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, where his Joe Pesci and Goat Boy characters were instant classics. Stoners around the world love him from the film Half-Baked, and Stern fans really love him for his impressions of everyone from his family members to Judas Priest and Metallica. He is an author, a comic, a radio host, and he's the star of a documentary that focuses on the special relationship he has with his dad. Now, recently, he's left the party scene to focus on being a great husband and father, and he is still wiping the shit from his dad's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brewer. Why, hello, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm gonna jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on the Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would.
You
That
do?
would. I think that'd be a. Yeah, I think that'd be a huge honor. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because, but a lot of people bring it up to me or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more, and I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just the hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, yeah, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more, I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I'd probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
I can't want to do them anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, we get tired of.
Love with you, Bruce. People busy, man. I got children's. And I'm alive, man. I can work with Alec Baldwin's.
But even the impressions, like I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like. I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time. Second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why don't you do this? And he'll go, all right, yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I don't want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You haven't run into him? Or
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the weird. That's the only weird.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that family life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been. The hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family? Or are they ever? They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a Half-Baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's
funny.
when we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like, to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be fun.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
You're a religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, blah, blah. A deep spirituality that keeps away. That there's I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it, because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never
Where-
tried it.
This is a great opportunity on Find Time to
No,
to
I only
work
do it
through.
when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress you can show us a sneak peek of at
no,
this
I never
time?
even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right, I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time, Jim?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about JD and his diet, and he said Will's a liar about how many cupcakes he eats. We talked about using the N-word in rap songs and whether it's appropriate for white people to sing it. We talked about Ronnie's tattoo. A hell of a lot went on. Here's what it was.
Why are you calling Will a liar?
Because he lied about me on the show today.
What did he lie about?
The cupcakes.
Not the Cheetos and the Pepsi?
So listen, sometimes if I don't eat breakfast usually, but if I'm hungry.
Sometimes you don't eat breakfast usually.
Sometimes I don't eat breakfast.
Okay.
Okay. And if for some reason a certain day I feel like it, I will go to the vending machine and I will get chips because I'm not going to eat a Hershey chocolate bar.
Why? Why are Doritos better than a Hershey bar?
Oh, well, I don't know.
They're both.
Something tells me I thought the chips would be healthier.
Well, they're both not good. But are you saying that you don't eat any when the crumb stuff comes on Wednesday? You don't eat any of it?
I'm not saying I never have.
Then Will's not a liar.
Oh no. Okay. He said I've gone there with 2 or 3. He said I carried a box. He's being an asshole.
Well, the box he was kidding about, but he said he said
I'm not eating.
You were down on him like Tic Tacs.
No, okay, because he's being fucking jokester Will. No, if I have one,
Does jokester Will get under your skin?
Yes, he does.
Have you told him this? Have you told him this in a serious way, not a like play along? Oh, you're breaking my balls. Like really, it's getting on my nerves.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you think that people would? Nobody does that here.
Well, I want to know if he actually tried to do that.
Listen, there's no way to do that with anyone around here. You just gotta take it.
It's like it would be like walking into the 7th grade and telling the guy who marks all day, "Hey, you're hurting my feelings."
It's like Ian Poulter yesterday tweeting that thing.
Excellent analogy.
You can't do that.
So does it hurt when Gary's flashing pictures in there and Howard's talking about how heavy you are and how you don't care about your life? And
can I start by saying I did feel bad about doing that, but when I walked in this morning and I saw those pictures on the wall and I saw that one picture, I said, holy crap, I knew you were thinner when you started working for us, but I realized that picture was taken here. So you got heavier here.
Listen, after I got done with the meds, something happened. I don't know if that was it or my body somehow changed all of a sudden.
Yeah, you turn 30.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
No, but shit happens.
Garrett, I know.
Well, also his hair is longer. He's not shaven. He looks different than he does in those photos.
But you can
regardless of the weight.
I've been playing around with a few looks, yes. A few styles.
You've been trying out a couple.
Do what I can.
As Howard would say, why don't you play with thin for a while? See how that goes.
All right, well, you know what? I would if I had the discipline to do it.
Who here is thin enough for Howard besides Howard?
Will.
Fred?
Will.
Yeah.
Steve Brandano.
Probably
maybe.
Brandano, yeah.
Joe in Mount Pleasant, you're on the wrap-up show. Hi, Joe.
Oh, hey, John, Gary. Hey, you guys think Howard's a little underweight for his height?
How much does he say he weighs?
He didn't,
I
but
think he says he run around the 190 some area.
Yeah, that's thin.
He declared himself thin today.
Yes, I mean,
which he rarely does.
Right. You don't see guys in the NBA. They don't say 6'5", 190.
But even when Howard's in good shape, he thinks he's fat.
Right.
He's got that mentality. We've discussed that before.
Yeah.
And as a result, we're all fat. You were offended that he called you fat today.
I've definitely put back some weight. I definitely need to lose some weight. He's right. It's about 15 pounds. But that's, he makes it sound like, here's the thing. You realize when you walk out of these doors that you're a little overweight, but he makes you feel like you're the fattest person in the world.
And these people hear it over the air, and that's how they see you as.
But how often do you meet people who hear you on the show, and the first thing they say to you is, wow, you're not as fat as Howard says you are.
It would happen all the time at the certain events. Like as I say, at the block parties, it would happen. And yeah. So
but
there's that.
But see, the thing with JD is, if you saw JD's not fat, but JD's just so much heavier than the way we met him. So to us, it makes a big difference. But you're right. I wouldn't I look at JD and say JD needs to lose some weight, but I wouldn't say, he's like big and fat. But you do look a lot different than the guy we met.
I am well aware. I am well aware.
By the way, the other thing I get, which is not an insult in any way, shape, or form, is, oh my God, your teeth are not as big as Howard says.
Yeah. And sometimes I get you see, you're talking fine. You're talking fine. Well, yeah, I'm having a one-on-one conversation with you.
And you're hot and I want to bang you.
Well, something like that. Well, sometimes it's a guy.
Ronnie. What are you doing?
He's tweeting.
No, I'm not. I'm answering a text message.
You want me to wait and let me know when I can talk to you?
I'm
I don't want to be distracted.
Work related?
All right,
Yes.
Ronnie, a lot of people are accusing you of getting that tattoo for yourself, not really for your girlfriend, and then saying, oh, okay, I threw the C on there just to make it sort of for her, but it really was for you. You wanted that Superman logo.
No, I like the logo, and it served two purposes, okay?
That C is very, very tiny, though. Would you agree?
Well, that's the whole idea. Why would I put this big, giant C in a logo that I like, but it has the same meaning, just a smaller version?
Why not get her name tattooed or something else that's more
stupid? I'm not putting somebody's name
Why?
on me.
Why is it stupid?
I put my dog's name on me. That's it.
So it was stupid when you did that?
No.
Way smarter, by the way.
You realize
Much smarter.
You realize that most women would be insulted by the idea that you're willing to put your dog's name on your body, but not their name.
Carrie,
I'm just
I
saying.
did this for her. She knows that, okay?
Did she ask for you to get that?
We were talking about doing something for each other, okay?
Did she get a tattoo for you?
No, not yet. I don't know if she's going to.
Okay.
But we had talked about it. And I decided this is what I wanted to do. I like the logo. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Why does it fucking bother everybody so much? That's what I want to know.
It doesn't bother
No, it
people.
does bother people.
No, we're just curious.
It bothers Howard to no end.
We're curious to your mindset. That's
Jeez,
all.
I guess my mind is fucked up according to everybody around here.
Nobody said that.
I'm saying it.
What bothered?
I'm saying it because you guys, the way you're acting.
I haven't said anything. I haven't really weighed in on this at all.
What seemed to bother Howard is that you're not a Superman, like a real Superman fan.
I like Superman. I grew up with Superman. I watched George Reeves. I watched it till he dropped dead. You know, what do you want from me?
You didn't even know what
I don't have to be an expert. I like the
expert.
TV
You didn't
show.
know what kryptonite was.
I know what it is.
That's not what you said on the air when you were quizzed.
Look, Will, go worry about whatever you got to worry about. Don't worry about me.
Now,
okay?
do you think
that's what he's worried about?
Don't worry about me.
Can't help it.
Please don't.
Is the tattoo in lieu of an engagement ring or something else?
No.
Does it help? Okay, it's not in lieu.
But when I did it, it was like I gave her a 10-carat ring.
So
she was so excited when I came home.
Would you think subliminally it helps put that discussion off a little bit?
No. No, because we've had this discussion. We've had the discussion.
I heard she has it, and you just listen.
Yeah, okay. No, I answered. I had comments.
What tattoo would you like her to get for you?
I have no clue. She'll do whatever she wants.
Doesn't bother you?
No.
And do you expect to see like a little M on the bottom of it, like you did with yours?
I don't know what she's going to do.
She should get a shark eating a dolphin. Or a shark eating a baby. Is that what he has?
No. I got a shark with bones coming out of its mouth. There's no baby's head. Like everybody, he's always saying there's a baby's head. There's no baby's head.
Why did the security team run the other way at
Nobody
AGT?
ran at all.
I'm telling you, that's what Howard said.
I know what Howard said.
So you were in on this prank?
I wasn't in on the prank.
You were aware of the prank?
No, I was not aware of the prank. I was aware 3 hours ahead of time that Howie Mandel came in with a rubber snake to the building. I didn't know what he was going to do with it.
Is that like something like you guys whisper that in your sleeve, or someone just mentions it to you?
No, we saw it. We were standing right there. He was making a whole scene outside the building when he was coming in.
So why not?
And they have that on camera. So if you guys want to see it, ask AGT to show it.
So why not let Howard know that Howie's got a rubber snake and maybe up to something?
Why would I tell him that? I have no idea what he was doing. What he could have brought it for somebody's kid. It was in a bag.
Aren't you hired to protect Howard?
From a rubber snake?
Well, who knows?
Gary,
At least give him a heads up.
Gary, would you have made Howard aware?
Yeah. Will, you were going to...
I'd be very honest.
You are so full of shit.
What?
Look at you. You're laughing your ass off already because you know it's stupid.
I would have done...
I'm going to go, Howard. Guess what? Howie brought a rubber snake into the building.
This is how you do it. This is how I really would have done it. You would seem foolish if you said, Howard, as your head of security, I want to let you know that Howie Mandel has a rubber snake. That's foolish.
Mm-hmm.
However, in your conversation with Howard, you could say, it's the weirdest thing. Howie was out front with this rubber snake. I don't know what he's got planned for, but it was weird. He was shooting a whole thing with it.
Why not do something like that?
Why do I have to say? I'm not supposed to be involved in anything. Remember last year I was involved in too many things.
No, you're involved with protecting Howard.
From a rubber snake?
He doesn't want to be pranked.
Ronnie's too busy with his own pranks.
But he wasn't pranking anybody. He was pranking everyone, not just Howard. But I didn't have anything to do with it and knew nothing about it.
So it's okay if you prank everyone, if Howard's included?
John, please, give me a break.
Why was everyone so curious about this car that you got?
I don't know either. That's another thing.
You got a car?
Yeah, I got a car.
When did you get it?
2 weeks ago.
And what is it?
3 weeks ago, actually.
And what is it?
It's a Dodge Charger SRT8.
Year? Brand new?
13, yeah. 13.
Yeah, I caught that in the middle. What was King of All Blacks? What was his complaint that you got a used car?
No, it's a car. He's claiming that in 2015 they're changing the body style. How he knows that, I don't know.
He went on futurecars.com.
Yeah, well, good for him.
But the point is that you're always going to be chasing something.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it right now.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many cars do you have?
I got that in the pace car.
That's it?
Oh, no truck?
I got rid of the truck for the Dodge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does they go really fast?
Does it really go fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll pin your head against the seat. It's 470 horsepower.
So where do you take it out?
I drive it. It's my car.
But where can
you can't drive that fast locally.
Where can you take it out to open it up? You go Sunday mornings, like down on the Meadowbrook Parkway, that kind of thing?
Yeah, out by Jones Beach Highway. Yeah, I take the pace car out there, too.
That's what a lot of people do. Sunday mornings.
Yeah, early, 6 o'clock.
Not in the summer, by the way.
Gary,
I go in the summer.
You wanted to chime in when the new Jay-Z song on the top 5 started because you're having, I wouldn't say issues with your youngest son.
I set him straight. He's like, no, it's fine. It's cool. I talked to the guys. You can use the N-word. I'm like, no, you can't.
So is he not going to use it, you think?
I found a lot of disturbing things out on this vacation, but one of them was that he claims that they call him the something N-word. Like, that's their thing. He's like, no, it's cool. Yeah, I said, don't do it. Just because those guys say it's okay doesn't make it okay. You shouldn't be using that word anyway, and just stop it.
Who is them? More white kids, or there are some black kids?
No, there's some black kids. So the black kids have let him they call him, like, I don't know if they call him the albino N-word or whatever, because he's like really blonde.
The black kid in Greenwich.
Right.
What were you going to say, Steve?
No, that's what I wanted to know, because
gonna...
it makes a difference. I mean, if your white friends are telling you, it doesn't matter.
Well, like when you see Jason singing these songs, and I don't know if he actually uses the N-word.
He does, but I think he thinks he's being funny. I think he's just in the sense of like, I'm a white guy and I'm singing what a black guy wrote, and I'm just being true to the lyrics. I think that's his sort of inside joke. But why shouldn't you be able to sing a song? In other words, if I want to sing Blurred Lines, why can I not sing Magna Carta, what's it called? Magna Carta something or other.
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. Why can't I sing that song as it was written? Why?
Because the N-word's in it, and you shouldn't be saying it.
But that's how the song is written.
But you're not the guy singing it. I understand what you're saying.
When you write songs, isn't the point of writing a song to touch people and to move them and to get them to sing along?
Yes, and if you feel comfortable singing that, you should go for it.
I'm just
we'll
playing.
clap along. Go for it.
I'll play a devil's advocate, but I'm not singing that out loud.
I don't know. Will, what do you think? Is Jason, does he sing the songs verbatim, or does he...
Who are we talking
edit
about,
himself?
Jason Kaplan?
Yeah. Big Kanye,
Oh, no,
Jay-Z
he has a big
fan.
issue with the N-word.
Yeah, I've never heard Jason.
He claimed
I'm
the other
asking,
day,
I don't know.
and we were having an argument in the back office, that he claimed that if he owned a business and he heard two black guys using the N-word in the business, in the kitchen, he would tell them to stop.
He would.
I don't believe that for
Good
one
luck with
second.
that.
Exactly.
Can we get tickets for that?
Were you waiting outside?
What? No, I heard you guys say whether I sing the N-word in this
Do
song.
you? Like, you're a big Jay-Z fan. In that song, when you're singing along, what do?
I change it to homies.
What?
Homies, yeah. Because I don't like saying N-word, and it screws up the song when you're wrapping it around.
In a lot of ways, homies is way more offensive.
That might be more racist than saying the N-word.
It might be. I can't. I have a...
Why not say coloreds?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't. I don't like saying the N-word. Like, my wife listens to the same music I do, if not more, and she'll just say the word when she's singing along with it. And
She just shouts it, man.
Yeah. And I tell her, I'm like, I don't know, that makes me uncomfortable, so she'll just do it more.
But I think this whole thing is sort of a bit of a rite of passage, because we talked about this on the air. I went through this with my older son. That song, Nelly's song, Country Grammar.
Gary, you've already lost the battle. Your kid's on Xbox? He used to play online?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's heard the N-word every single imaginable way you can hear it.
There's hearing it is not the issue.
Right.
Knowing not to say it again is the issue. But that's on Country Grammar. There's a line, and we played it on the air, where he uses the N-word about 17 times in a row. And I said to Howard, we even had somebody on, it might have even been D.L. Hughley, and we said, like, is it okay to say this? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, is it okay for Gary's son to say it? He's like, no.
Where do you come down on all this?
I stay out of it. That's not my deal. I don't want to be in the middle of that shit.
So you have no opinion?
Listen, the guy didn't fight for the union for nothing, right?
You know? I mean, what's his name? Angry Black put up a thing the other day on Twitter, and he put something about he got his 24-year-old girlfriend to squirt, and I said, great deal, dude. And he wrote me back, my nigga. Well, what does that mean? That because I'm on his team now?
Yes.
What did you think it meant?
You're a team.
Well, that's what I thought it meant. But I'm not. I didn't. I said, cool it down, dude, with that. You know.
Paul in Ohio, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, Paul.
I got a perfect word for you to use for your drops when you're listening to your rap song. Just use the word ninja. It fits in. Try any song you know and throw that line in. It works perfectly.
Jason, have you and your wife tried using the word ninja instead of the N-word? Would you feel more comfortable with that?
No, but I'll try it. I probably feel more comfortable with any other word. I don't know. I can't.
What are you afraid of?
No, I don't. I'll tell you.
Are you afraid of getting like punched in the head?
No, it just sounds like such a horrible. I don't know. I just can't think of a worse thing to say.
It is a horrible thing.
If you're alone in your car listening to the song, you're telling me that you're going to say homies or something else, or are you just going to sing it as is?
I'll just like drown out.
But if it's such a horrible word, then why did Jay-Z put it in the song 72 times?
Because it's so confusing. I don't know. I don't know. It's a horrible word, but then some people, especially people who would be called that word, can use it in a way that makes it seem cool and awesome, and they're selling it. But then if I say it, it's horrible and mean, and I don't know. The whole thing is just very confusing. So I err on the side of just stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah, but when
just
you say it's so horrible,
as possible.
You say, I can't say because it's so horrible, but you'll listen to it 1,000 times in the song.
It's art, man. It's art.
So why don't you turn it off?
It's art.
If it
I like
offends
the
you so
songs.
much.
It doesn't offend me in the sense that, like, I don't know. It doesn't offend me if I hear it in a song used by a black person. I don't know. It doesn't offend me in the same way. But coming out of my mouth or coming out of somebody else's mouth, like if Gary just dropped it in casual conversation, it would be, It would be like being hit over the head with a mallet.
So what did you do at the Kanye show? Were you singing along, or were you just nodding your head?
First of all, I could barely rap along to rap. Like it's very fast, and I don't have that. I'm not making a claim of being John Lieberman over here. I can't exactly spit out the rhymes. But I just don't say it. I don't know what to tell you. I try my best when singing along with the songs not to say it. Has it ever happened? I don't. I mean, I can't say I've never. I certainly can't say I've never said the word in my life. But I don't know.
But you're offended by the word because you said when we had that argument in the back office that if you saw two black employees using the word at your restaurant, you would tell them to stop.
I said yes.
Well, how did you use the word? You said you've used it.
They were talking about Paula Deen, and Paula. Oh, how have I used it?
Yeah,
I don't probably sing it along with a rap lyric. I mean, I haven't used it like in conversation. I'm just saying I can't say.
I was just
like Paul Dean up here on the stand.
I was looking up something online because I wanted to make sure it was true. I heard Maya Angelou talking about how she met Tupac on the set of Poetic Justice, and how he was using all these words, and she took him to the side and gave him a talking to, and he started to cry. She gave it, but
he wanted her to stop. He's bored out of his mind.
But I do think there's an age thing too. I think that like the younger black guys think like, hey man, I can do what I want because they may not have gone through the same struggle, and older people are sort of like, this is bullshit, man. We went through the civil rights movement, like but don't use that word.
I do think it's bullshit and hypocritical for people, and I'm not saying that Jay-Z does this, but people like Jay-Z and Kanye who use the word in their music, if they were able to get offended by somebody else using that word, especially in an entertaining context. It's one thing to go up to a guy and say, hey, fuck you, say the word. But if it's just some kid, rap or just using it as part of his lingo, then they have to bear some responsibility in keeping that word out there and cool.
Now, you're Jewish. Do you ever use offensive words like because you're Jewish and talk about other Jewish people, and you can because you are?
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't think there's anything as offensive as that word for Jews. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll sit there. What?
There is.
What? Kite?
Maki.
I never heard that in my life.
You never heard Maki?
Maki?
Yeah.
No, never.
But you never hear anyone throwing around the word kike.
Right.
Without it being derogatory.
Right, but I will say that I'm very.
You haven't heard a song.
I'm very cavalier in using the word Jew, let's say.
Right.
And if I heard somebody else using the word Jew like that wasn't Jewish, I would.
Well, what's wrong with using the word Jew? It depends on how you use it.
Right. It's how you use it. Like if I go, that's a very Jew thing to do. I don't know for different. Exactly. But it's not right of me either. If I was going to put out a song that's a Jew, and then somebody else started using Jew, I guess I couldn't really say much about it.
Like my father used to refer to, there were Italians that he hated, and he used to refer to them as greaseballs. The greaseballs were the Italians that embarrassed all the other Italians. But I think that, somebody else called, if somebody would have said to my father, hey, your uncle's a greaseball, he'd get pissed.
Well, what about Ginzo? Is that
No, Guido.
No, there was also Ginzo.
Ginzo was one.
Well, really old racist terms.
What's Ginzo? Even I don't know.
What is Ginzo? What is Maki? I don't even know what that is
Ginzo's an
either.
old Italian, like that. He's a fucking Ginzo.
I've heard Maki before. I've never heard Ginzo.
But what does it mean?
Maki's like it's an anti-Semitic slur.
Yeah.
For what, fish? Or?
I don't know where it came from.
I don't know where it came from either, but I hear it a lot of times.
Matt in New Orleans, you're on the wrap-up show.
Maki.
Hey now.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
I think everyone's being a little too sensitive about the word. I mean, the word shouldn't be said by anyone. I'm from the deep South, man. I mean, I've grown up with that word my entire life, on both sides, black and white. I mean, the rappers that call themselves that and use it in their music, I mean, I don't see anything wrong in saying it, but I just think everybody's being way too sensitive about the word. I mean, you're breaking it down to like Niggaz compared to Nigger. It's like 2 or 3 letters that people are freaking out over. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, Matt,
shouldn't be said.
Matt, do you think Jason has the right to break up the argument between his 2 employees who may be using it with one another?
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
No, I did not say that. I said if people, we were talking about Paula Deen, and she said that, oh, well, my chefs use it all, my cooks in the back use it all the time. And guess what? Everyone has to be comfortable at work. Every employee. So if I walked back into work and there were 2 employees, black employees or white employees that were using that word a lot and loudly and in a way that was offending other people, then yeah, that's not at work. There's language you use at work and there's language you don't use at work.
Well, Jason runs a tight ship. Thanks for calling, Matt.
Ship.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we had Sal come by following his dance and love with Tan Mom. And you'll find out that he really does like Tan Mom. Tan Mom really does like him. And Sal has some ideas on the best way to work that relationship. over to Tan Mom, who came in first today, and she was sober and definitely not all over the place in some ways, but in some ways she'll always be all over the place because that's her personality. Like with the song, which was awful, everybody thought. But Sal came in and I really thought delivered big time because he's a funny guy, yes, but also Sal's not putting it on or anything. He is genuinely 100% into this woman.
It starts in such a weird way. You know, Sal comes to my office at 6:30 in the morning and says, "Can I dance nude for Tan Mom?" So, of course, I got to run it by Howard, and you'll make sure that's okay.
One big surprise, by the way, Richard Christie not a part of this. And usually if somebody is naked in the studio, it's going to be Richard, or Richard will be involved somehow. Yet he lets Sal go all on his own.
Don't we agree this is Sal's thing, that Richard would muddy the waters?
But I could see Richard dancing behind Sal. You know what I mean? Kind of adding to the flavor of the segment.
I think the joke is that there's a one-on-one relationship going on between Sal and Tan Mom. Sal, I do have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Your first joke went over like a lead balloon, which was you pulled down your pants and your penis was ridiculously dark and you had a blonde wig on it.
I thought you almost were going to get kicked out there.
Yeah, the visual was horrible. Richard and I thought it was hilarious. It was a tribute to her. It was a blonde wig over my cock, and I painted it brown, so it was tan cock.
Oh, that was painted?
Yeah, it was painted.
But I have to say, you recovered nicely, and you were a hit today.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to contribute and make it interesting.
Do you feel outside of the bit we're doing on the show a weird connection or chemistry with her, because she seems to have it with you?
You know, the crazy thing is that I think I like her a little bit more, as we say in Italian, shangata. You know what I mean? A little more beat to shit. I like, she's putting herself together. She's sober. Not so good. You know, the honeymoon phase is over. You know, she's kind of like, she's taking herself a little bit too seriously.
God, give me your really honest answer on this. If you were not married,
I'd give it to her.
Would you go out with her on a date?
Yeah, to a bar. Right. Not spend a lot of money, get right down to business, shots, bullshit, laughter.
But you'd have sex with her?
Oh, sure.
I said before, I don't think you'd have to deal with dinner or anything like that. I think she's into you.
That's great. I mean, I'm flattered, but, I'm married. I can't do anything about it. But you have to admit, I mean, those nice, she has great, long, sleek legs. She had those cute little tight white shorts on. Nice bosom. Very well put together. Too confident now.
I had the weirdest thought today when I was looking at Sal and Tan Mom. I don't know why. I said if Sal were Benji, Tan Mom would be at our Christmas party this year.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. But, it's just nice to be, like I said, in a situation where you can interact with someone that you have the hots for and you really don't cross the line.
So if she was a little more damaged, so to speak, that would appeal to you.
It's funner.
Why?
It's just funner in the bedroom. You could pull a few more stunts in the bedroom that way. There's no intimidation factor. With a hot chick, you have to be very careful. With what you say and what you do and how you present yourself. With someone like that, I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You ask her if you can pee in her butthole. She says no and gets pissed and walks out the door. It's still kind of funny. Nothing gained, nothing lost.
So what do you do? Like put a couple of drinks in her? You know what I mean? Like if you want to loosen her up a little bit, what's the plan?
That's what you do. You go to a bar, you bullshit them a little bit, you put a few drinks down their gullet, and before you know it, they're all swoozy. You take them to a nice motel or whatever it may be, and you just go to town. You go nuts.
You know what I'm laughing at, right?
What?
I thought it was nothing ventured, nothing lost. He said nothing gained, nothing lost.
Yeah, I think that's the term.
Is that right?
Nothing. I thought it was nothing ventured, nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have better terms than me.
Mm-hmm.
I could say.
Tomato. A lot of the guys in the back were saying that Tan Mom does look like a haggard version of Sal's wife. Like that. That's not a put down of Sal's wife.
No, not at all.
But
Sal's wife's gorgeous.
It explains a lot because Tan Mom is the dirty version for him to do the things that he wants to do with his wife.
Yeah, that's a great point. Is that how you see her, as sort of the dirty version, banged up version of your wife?
Perhaps. I don't know. I just have a fetish for that. I like old women and I like trailer. I'm not implying she's trailer park trash, but lately I go to a lot of trailer park trash porn sites.
Is there an actual site called Trailer Park?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. It's
Really?
great. As soon as I go to Tube Galore, I type in trailer park, and there's some great ones, real great amateur ones. I mean, they're banging in these tiny campers that they could barely move in. Usually the guy is fat and ugly, and I don't know why, but I identify with that. It seems more realistic. Like when a woman's banging a studly-looking guy, like a UFC body, it kind of it disappoints me. But when you see a fat guy and he's got a saggy ass, like, you know what? This is legitimate. She's willing to fuck this disaster of a man. I have a legitimate shot. She's going the distance. I applaud these women.
Every time you come in here, you have a new site. Not necessarily a site, but a new
fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still with the old women. I'm still doing that, but I love trailer park. That is my hot trailer park, and outside amateur orgies are really good.
And what happened when the interview ended, Sal? Because she seemed to be all over you.
That was crazy.
During the break, what happened?
Well, she came over, we took a picture, and then in the middle of the picture, she kind of swung around, she gave me a big squeeze, she pushed me back onto the couch, she bit my face, and then she grabbed my pants.
Was it she pushed you back on the couch and she got on top of you?
She got on top of me like she was humping me.
Right. Then she bit you.
Then she bit me.
Where'd she bite you?
On my cheek, on my face. I'm like, whoa! I go, you bit me. I go, what are you doing? And she was laughing, and then she grabbed my, my package. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock here. I'm married.
See, she seems kind of wild.
This
Sal.
is on tape. What are you, nuts?
Sal, she seems kind of wild, sober. You know what I mean? You're saying put a couple in her and look out.
Put a couple in her. Forget about it, man. It's Disneyland for dick. We're going the distance. I mean that. We're going. Yeah.
By the way, I couldn't figure out when she was talking about she only drinks skinny wine. She said, I think did she mean that she only drinks that skinny bitch stuff? Is that what she was talking about?
I think so. The skinny girl
Skinny girl.
I think Bethany makes them.
That's right.
Skinny girl martini, skinny girl sangria.
She goes, I thought Howard was like, what, is the bottle skinny? We couldn't figure it out.
Jennifer in New York, welcome to the wrap-up show.
I'll give us something to drink.
Hi, Jennifer.
That was such a fucking pig. I can't.
How?
His wife should be really proud.
Why am I a pig?
Oh, because of what you're saying. Like, it's just so. I'm not all. It's so degrading, though. How you're talking about how you would love to get her. It doesn't matter if a woman's like that. You could throw her out of bed. It's so fucking horrible.
Women love that shit. You ever see the Walk of Shame? What do you think they're doing? They're not ironing in that room.
What does your wife think about this? How do you fuck your wife?
I don't.
She must be proud, Sal. You guys have a good day.
Jennifer, I do want to say something to you before you go. Sal is gross, but I do have to say, you'd be surprised. More like, are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Your husband probably talks more like Sal than you know.
It's water cooler talk.
Just not in front of you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I agree. I swear I'm not a prude. It's so, I don't know, to hear him say it is so funny about it. It's just crazy.
I know.
I understand. He's just I can't believe he's got the blood. What does his wife think about this?
Well, she doesn't think anything because I'm just expressing my fantasies.
Jennifer, his wife stopped listening to him and the show ages ago.
Listen.
That'd be great. Well, you guys have a good day.
You too, Jennifer. Thanks.
Thanks, Jennifer. Now, she says you're degrading. Well, in what way do you think she meant? Like, what?
I don't know. It takes two to tango. If a woman's willing to, go crazy in the bedroom, then it's up to two people. Believe it or not, ladies, women out there kind of like this stuff. There are women out there that like licking ass and getting nutty and getting involved in Chinese swinging baskets, and some women like to get peed on. It's a personal preference.
Do you like it?
Has nothing to do with me.
Do you like it being done to you?
Sure.
So you're up for the Chinese swinging basket or any?
I mean, I don't want anything inserted in me, but whatever.
Would you let Tan Mom pee on you?
I'm not into that, but if she wanted to, I mean, if it meant I get to reciprocate with something, yeah, sure, why not?
You like to do it to her?
Yeah, maybe. It would be fun, yeah, in the shower.
That's sort of my question, Sal. Is it a two-way street with you, or are you the one sort of doing the dominating and the degrading?
Two-way street. I want a woman who can out-top me. That's the key. Like if I say to the girl, I want to pee on your face, she goes, how about my asshole and my face? I'm like, whoa. I want a woman who can raise the bar.
What if she says, I want to pee in your face, and she goes, great, I want to shit on your chest.
She's raising the bar there, Sal.
I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. I'm raising the lock on the door and getting the fuck out of there.
Let's not make it gross, John.
Yeah, shitting is gross. That's where I draw the line.
Shannon in Kentucky, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now. I think Sal's probably going to go home and jerk off tonight. He sounds like he's pretty excited about this.
Yeah, my hands will probably be all brown because I got brown paint all over my cock. But
what did you paint it with?
Just watercolor paints. You know, we buy them at the local pharmacy. We painted it up.
Now, how did it feel when she looked you in the eye and told you that she actually masturbated thinking of you?
I was very flattered. I mean, that's really nice. It's, you know, anytime somebody compliments you in any capacity, it's nice. And the fact that I find that she's cute and she said that about me, it feels good. It feels pretty good.
Does the tanning thing play into this at all? The fact that she was into tanning, or that's how she kind of became famous? And I know you're big on the tanning bed.
Not the tanning thing, the whole thing. I mean, the fact that she, you know, sizzled herself. I mean, she burnt herself to a crisp. She's dragging her kid in there. The kid's getting allegedly hit with these bulbs. You know, you got a loony bin on your hands, and that's hot. Because crazy chicks, Gary, crazy. You know what they say? All guys say this. Crazy chicks are the best in bed, but the worst to deal with. So when it comes down to Tan Mom, get her in the bar, get the drinks down her throat, get the cock inside of her, go to town, and get out. That's it. No room for conversation.
Yeah, it sounds like a great plan until you can't get out.
You can't get out. Right.
Sal, before you came in, we were talking a little bit about BronyCon and who's into that kind of stuff. I know you're into a lot of crazy stuff, but that's not your thing, right?
That's where I draw the line.
Ever pleasured yourself to a cartoon of any kind?
No, not even close. I mean, the only thing that was kind of hot was when Thelma was getting banged by Shaggy. It was a Scooby-Doo parody. Mm-hmm. Even that didn't get me going. I mean, it's just cartoons. It just doesn't do it for me.
It was an animated Scooby-Doo parody? Or?
Yeah, it was an animated Scooby-Doo porn parody. You can type all that stuff in on the net. My buddy calls me Scooby-Doo, so I send it. He goes, "Hey, Scooby," and I go, "Hey, check out what I'm doing," and I send him back Scooby-Doo fucking Thelma.
Why does he call you Scooby-Doo?
I don't know. He calls me Scooby-Doo. I call him Scrappy.
No reason why? Just you like the names?
He just one day called me Scooby, and I call, you know.
And you didn't question it?
No. And I called him Scrappy back, so we're Scooby and Scrappy.
Why ask, right?
It's so bad.
So, no, none of the cartoons, I mean...
No, how about you?
Do I ever jerk off to a cartoon?
Like the Smurfs?
No, I can't say I did.
Gary, you?
No, but I do. I remember being really traumatized as a kid. One of my neighbors, his brother was like the pothead guy, and had a lock in his room. And one day he left his room unlocked, and we went in there, and he had a poster of Popeye fucking olive oil, and it just was like disturbing because I was a kid, and I was like, I didn't think they did that.
You just don't go there, right? That's just a place you don't want to go. Frank and Comac, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Frank.
Doc, I asked you a question. You were down in Ocean City last week?
Yes.
Were you out of your mind with all of the heavy white WT tattooed tan? I mean, there was tan moms everywhere out there.
Yeah, there was quite a bit, but they were a little bit too heavy for me. They were huge. I mean,
Sal came back from vacation. I said, "How was your vacation?" We were both in Maryland, apparently in different parts. And he goes, so I was like, "Oh my God!" He goes, "The fattest people." I was with the fattest people in Ocean City.
I'm like, where do they come from? I've never seen that many fat people in my life. It's unbelievable. And they're walking down the boardwalk, shoving corn dogs and pretzels and popcorn in their mouth. Like, slow the fuck down.
When you're at the beach, do you get disgusted by that? If people, you know...
No, if you're fat, I mean, I feel bad for... I mean, how do you get to that point in your life?
Eating.
When does it stop? When? I mean, when you can't find your cock in the shower and you get out, you're going to have an egg sandwich with bacon and cheese?
I told you, Sal, my greatest fat moment ever was I took the kids to Sesame Place, and they have these like teenagers there that are like lifeguards because it's a water park. And this woman, we climb up the ladder, and this woman is enormous. She was literally stuck in the water slide.
Wow.
And the teenage lifeguard, like she did it 100 times a day without, like, so nonchalantly, just went and put a foot on her back and kicked her down. It was hysterical.
I was sitting one time on a plane to Arizona. This lady was so tremendous. Her belly fat was hanging over my handle. She goes for the seatbelt. It's like it just passes her left tit a little bit. And she looks at her husband, who's in the third seat by the window. She goes, "Seatbelt's not working. Seatbelt's not." I'm like, "Seatbelt's working fine." I go, "You're not working. You're the size of a fucking Mack truck." So she calls over the flight attendant, and she goes, "Seatbelt's not working." And the flight attendant just played it cool, like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, it isn't. And she got her an extender.
An extender, yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I was going to say, have you ever been on a plane when somebody had to get the extender? I think Artie said he had to get it once.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I mean, when you're getting an extension on a seatbelt.
I love that she thought it wasn't working.
Yeah, she goes, "It's not working." Like it didn't go all the way down.
So what do you think it is? People, they just can't help themselves?
It's sad. I mean, whatever. It's depression. It's something. I don't know. It's just horrible. I don't know. I feel more bad for... I see a lot of skinny men with heavy women.
And I don't think it started out that way.
I don't think so either.
I think that they started out together, and the guy remained skinny, and the woman just ate herself into oblivion.
That's why I say, Gary, in the marriage certificate, put the wife's weight down. If you go to divorce court, you step her on the scale. For every pound she put over, you get 10% off on the alimony. This way, they at least stay in shape. You go into court, and all you have to say is, Judge, look at this pig. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's where guys get ripped off. They get ripped off that way. Women put on weight and they just isolate their bodies, and you can't find the wet spot. And before you know it, you're out banging hookers, then you get busted with the hooker, then you're in court and you're giving your money. So now you have nothing.
So do you think the guy's justified to go out banging the hooker if the wife lets herself go?
John, if your car breaks down, you buying a new one? Case closed.
John Strauss is on our phone. If you remember John Strauss. Hi, John.
Good morning. How are you?
John's good. John, of course, is the guy who was the executive producer of the Mary McCormick show that used to run on USA Network. And John actually was the one who put Eric the actor in that show.
I did indeed.
And John is now in the middle of making a movie. What is your role on that movie, John?
I am the producer of the movie.
Right.
And we're shooting in Los Angeles in October.
John Strauss's new movie will be called The Brag. They're just starting to shoot. And it's a major motion picture. It's not one of these shitty independent films, right?
Oh, hell no. This is big-time Hollywood.
Right. Special effects,
This
the whole
isn't a
thing.
Kickstarter thing. This is really a real movie.
Yeah. It's not like Kickstarter, right?
No Kickstarter for us. Nope.
All right.
Money's
Well,
in the bank. We're ready to go.
What's great about this, we were contacted by John Strauss, and we have something wonderful. We have a part in the movie.
We do indeed.
Up for grabs. And John left it to me. He said, well, who should I hire? Eric the actor or Jeff the drunk the actor? Now, on our phone...
What is the part? These are two different types.
Well, evidently it fits either one.
It's designed to go either way. That's the beauty of it.
Eric, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Jeff the drunk, are you there?
Yes.
All right. John, let me introduce you. Of course, you know Eric the actor already. You work with
Eric,
him.
hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jeff the drunk, you do not know, John. You've never worked with him, but he evidently now is in the acting business, represented by the same guy, Johnny Frado. Yes, and I know you've dealt with Johnny.
I'm told by Johnny, Jeff, that you're very easy to work with, that you'll agree to play any role, and that negotiations will not be a problem. This is true.
You know, John, on the one hand, I feel for Eric the actor, in the sense that this was sort of his thing to get these acting roles, and be sort of this character guy that called in. But on the other hand, I understand Jeff's point. I mean, I remember when you worked with Eric, it was very difficult working with him. Isn't that correct?
Well, I'll tell you something. The working part, once we actually got Eric to Albuquerque, he was relatively easy to work with. It was the leading up to that point that almost killed me.
Yeah, let me remind everybody. Eric requested a jacuzzi. He requested McDonald's, a solo credit. He wanted script and story approval, no last-minute script changes, protection from dangerous wildlife, including werewolves. He wanted to move the show to San Francisco, and he wanted 4 20-ounce Pepsis a day for energy.
Which able to accommodate.
And also, he was concerned about getting his oxygen tank to the set, which became your problem.
One of about 1,000 problems, yes.
Right. So, Jeff, you claim you will have none of these issues.
None. I'm not even on oxygen.
Right. In fact, he doesn't even breathe oxygen.
Right. He uses something else.
John, tell us a little bit about the movie and the part. What is the movie in a one-sentence kind of explanation?
Well, the movie is about two loser buddies who decide that the way to true happiness and success is to make viral videos and become YouTube stars. So they come out to L.A. and try to make that a reality, and they end up with this whole odyssey going through L.A., meeting YouTube stars and celebrities, and try to make their dreams a reality.
Who will be starring in the movie?
We are in the casting process right now. We have about a dozen YouTube stars already lined up to play themselves and a bunch of celebrity cameos, and we're currently casting the two lead roles.
Okay. And the role that Eric and Jeff would be up for, what is that role?
Well, we have one of two possibilities. We have a gay couple, one of the gay couple who owns a pressed juicery in Los Angeles. And,
so one of the characters you're talking about is gay.
That is correct.
All right. Eric, you will not play gay, will you?
No.
All right. Jeff, will you play gay?
Of course.
Well, there's the decision, John.
Well, Eric, I was kind of hoping that you'd take a look at the scene and be open to it. But, again, if that's the case, we can stop right here. We do have...
How gay, if I may be blunt, how gay does he have to be? Does he have to be flaming, or can he just kind of be...
he can absolutely underplay it. I mean, we're not trying to make fun of anybody here. It's grounded in reality.
What?
There's no insertion.
No, it's just that you're a gay man. And by the way, in the movie, no one believes you're actually gay. I mean, you're playing a gay person.
Right.
All right.
The other
Well,
role,
that would be acting, Howard.
Yes, but Eric's not interested in that. So, Eric, you're out of the running on that one.
Right.
And what is the other role, John?
The other role is the role of Harvey, who is a homeless guy who has learned how to pick up women.
Well, Eric, you would play that, right?
Yes.
Right. And Jeff,
in a minute, in a heartbeat.
And Jeff can easily play that because he looks...
I'm a heartbeat away from that.
Right.
Heartbeat away from that.
See, I actually think Jeff would be a good homeless guy.
Well, again,
who learns to pick up women? Who knows how?
This Harvey, who's homeless and learns to pick up women, has he ever been gay?
We would like to leave it up to the actor to infuse whatever backstory that he has, and it could add a little depth to the character.
So, Gary, I don't understand the controversy. I thought the guys were vying over one part.
That's what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be vying for one part.
Oh, yeah. So it sounds like there's two parts.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can just vie here for the role of Harvey.
Just make it the gay guy.
No, if it's the gay guy, it's Jeff the drunk. He's got it.
But Eric, I got to ask you a question. You like Tom Hanks as an actor, right? You think he's a good actor?
Yes.
Okay, so when you saw Philadelphia and he won the Oscar, you know Tom Hanks isn't really gay, right?
Yes.
So what's the big deal about acting gay for a part?
Also, in Forrest Gump, what you won the Oscar for, I know he's not a mentally challenged guy either.
Right. So
why
that proves
can't
my point.
you play any part?
Right.
Oh, I don't want to play that.
But what do you think will happen if you do it? Like, what's the downside of doing it?
I don't know what the downside is.
And I ask you,
why don't you want to do it? Because you seem to have an objection, and I don't understand why.
I know that you want to act so bad. It means a lot to you. So here's a great part for you in a major motion picture. I don't understand what you think will happen if you do it.
maybe if your fucked up fans didn't already think I was or am gay, then maybe I would.
What do you care what other people think? I get called gay all the time because I help Beth with those kittens, and who cares?
Bachelorette all the time.
What?
And you watch Bachelorette all the time.
Right. Who cares what people think? Tom Hanks didn't sit there and go, all of Howard's fans
Everybody's going to think I'm gay.
Yeah, right.
By the way, I bet he got some negative mail, and he just blew it off.
And then I think won the Academy Award, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
Eric, I got to tell you that your lack of eloquence precludes you from ever becoming a true thespian.
Oh, my.
All right, so what's the controversy here? Is there one role that both these guys are up for?
Too bad this isn't a visual thing where there could be subtitles, like they really have understood what the hell Jeff just said.
He said it shouldn't preclude you from becoming a real thespian.
Yeah, your lack of eloquence.
All right, well, John, it's up to you who you want. Which of these two guys you want in the movie? I mean...
Well, I'll tell you what we can do here is the role of Harvey. I don't know if you actually it's just a one-page scene and just a few lines.
Well, I tried to get it to Jeff, but he has no email. He has no fax machine. He has no way to communicate in the modern era instantly. What I was going to suggest, if Jeff did live in our time, was that both Eric and Jeff read for the same role, and then we could all decide how they. All right, that's good. I tell you what, we'll get out scripts to Jeff and Eric. We'll let them do the scene.
We'll hand carry it to Jeff since that's he's back in the Pony Express days.
Jeff and Eric.
Drop it by parachute.
Jeff and Eric, are you amenable to that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and we'll have an act off.
So
is the role of is the gay role larger?
The gay role is larger and funnier, and possibly could definitely make a splash. But I did anticipate this potential problem, so I do have the role of Harvey in my back pocket, which is a lot of fun.
Right.
See, I think that the gay role is the role that should be up. That's what the producer.
Eric's not going to play gay.
Well, then he's out of luck.
All right, then Jeff gets it.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but I think Jeff is better suited to play a homeless guy, and so is Eric, than a gay guy.
Can you do any kind of gay for us, Jeff?
What would you like?
I mean, you'd have to convince me you're gay.
Why don't you start with over the top? Let's hear that.
You mean flamboyantly gay?
Yeah.
Well, I can't really talk with a high voice, but
He is good.
if I had a line, I could.
Here, I'll help you out. I'll be another gay guy. You ready?
Sure.
All right. So what's your name?
My name is Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you look really good today.
Thank you, Howard. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I wonder
You sound pretty hot.
Yeah, you want to go back to the bar with me?
I do.
Yeah, you want to make out?
I do. I really do.
You like to fuck in the ass, or you like to get fucked in the ass?
I like to fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, well, I don't play that game.
No, no.
I'm really an undercover cop, and you're under arrest for fucking me in the ass.
I'm sold.
And Eric won't even try. Is that what we're
Come on,
hearing?
Eric, give it a whirl. Here, you ready? Hi, Eric. Eric.
I'm not even trying.
Eric.
Eric.
Eric, do you know what my name is? My name is Carlos Danger. Did you know that?
I'm not playing this.
How big is your cock, little man? You know
I'm
what?
not.
You're resisting.
Give it up. I'm not going to do that.
You know, I once went out with a straight guy and I converted him in 10 fucking minutes. I bet you I could convert you.
That was me.
Meet my friend Jeffrey. He's got a big cock, too.
Hi, Eric. What are you doing, big boy?
We're both gay.
But you know who's ever called him big boy before.
We're both gay, and if you want to be in the movie, you've got to be gay, too.
I'm revising the scene as we speak.
One thing I love about straight guys is the harder they resist, the more I know they want it.
Ah, the better they are once you get them, huh?
John,
You know Eric wants to suck that dick of yours.
Hey, John Strauss, you can be gay, too, if you want.
Of course I can, Howard.
Yeah. Do you have a big cock?
Just above my knees.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to meet Eric?
I'd love to meet Eric. He's got a very cute voice.
Did you hear that, Eric? Eric?
I think he died.
The producer of the movie just paid you a compliment.
I can do a lot for your career.
All you have to do is suck some dick.
You've done that before, Eric. Come on.
Jeff's good.
Eric, I'm getting very, very hard for you right now.
Me too, Eric.
Me too.
I am very close to hanging up.
Don't do that. We're just trying to act over here.
He's going to punish you by turning down the job.
Oh. Well, if you don't want to have fun in the movie, then fuck it.
Eric, how could you turn down the bigger role?
Hold it, Robin. I'm licking Jeff the Drunk's asshole right now.
I love it.
Eric, if you hang up, that means you're gay. For real. Because that means you can't take it. Now what are you going to do?
Are you going to hump your pillow, Eric?
Shut up, you dumb fuck.
Eric, sit on my face.
I have an extra large jacuzzi.
What was that, John?
I have an extra large jacuzzi.
What are you going to do to Eric in the jacuzzi?
Oh, we're going to hug and kiss and sit in each other's laps.
All right, enough of this. Anyway, that's called acting.
Yeah.
We're not really gay, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, Howard just said
you are.
No, but Howard just said I'll suck your cock and lick your ass, but I don't think Howard's really going to do that.
This is boring being straight. Let's go back to being gay. Hi, John.
Hey, Howard.
You want to come on Eric's glasses?
Oh, my, yes. They're so thick.
Eric, did you hear that? John wants to come on your glasses. Oh, excuse me. This ain't fun. Eric's not acting.
Not doing anything.
What about Derek, the actor? Would he play the role?
No. Part of me feels like this is the real me coming out.
It's about time.
Is that what Eric's afraid of?
Eric, don't you want to be gay with us?
No, I do not.
What if I cut a hole in the bottom of your wheelchair and slip it in? That'd be a good scene.
How do you even do that?
What? Cut a hole in the bottom of his wheelchair and slip it in? Well, his asshole will be there. I'll just stick my dick in there.
What, are you going to get underneath it?
Yes. Yeah, I'll get underneath his wheelchair and put my cock in his ass. He won't even know it hit him.
And he could suck my cock at the same time.
This is a movie.
Twofer.
And what are you going to do, John, while I'm fucking him in the ass? And
He's going to be fucking me in the ass.
oh, John, you're fucking Jeff in the ass?
Well, I was also thinking of a teabag situation, but I'm open to anything.
You know, Jeff wears a cowboy hat. We could come in his hat and then have him wear it. And then our cum will drip down his face.
Right down my nose.
What was that?
Down my nose.
Yeah, down his nose. It'd be like a Roman soldier helmet.
Eric you might as well act. You're already getting teabagged and jizzed on.
Eric, please join us in the movie.
No.
I'm going to come all over your little face, Eric.
All right, I tell you what, Eric. You be our straight friend, and we'll all be gay. How's that?
Come on, honey.
All right.
Would you act with gay characters?
Will you act with gay characters?
It's contagious.
Yes.
You will.
You would. Okay.
Okay.
We're getting somewhere.
Eric, I know you're straight, but would you suck my dick? All right, John, I don't know what you're going to do. So,
as soon as I recover from the call, I will get you the role of Harvey. Well, actually, I've gotten it to you, but we'll get it to Jeff.
all right. Get it to Jeff, and then we'll have an acting off. And Harvey is a straight character, right?
Harvey is straight. Nothing gay in sight on Harvey.
You hear that, Eric? That's a straight role.
Yes.
Oh, he's all for that one.
Right.
I just found out that Johnny Fratto, who is working with Eric, just hired High Register Sean as his personal assistant.
Oh, wow.
So anytime that Eric wants to communicate anything to Johnny, he's got to talk to High Register Sean.
Wow, Eric, middleman.
No longer direct access.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody at Mars. Like it takes 10 seconds to get there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's still on the line. I don't hear
Are
Eric.
you there, Eric?
No, I'm here, and I told Johnny not to even come up with that stupid bit.
Oh.
That's bullshit. He didn't hire him. It's some stupid thing that Johnny came up with.
All right. Well,
But Johnny still is representing you, Eric. There was some question about that as well.
Yes.
all right. Even though he represents Jeff the Drunk as well.
Well, hopefully that will end soon.
All right. Well, I wish. Sorry, John.
Johnny is pushing very hard for Jeff the Drunk. He's working overtime here, just so you know.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I'll tell you what, John, since you are a legitimate producer and this is going to be a major film, and both guys are up for the role of Harvey, I'll allow each guy to say something in his own behalf as to why they should get the role. Jeff, I'll start with you.
Okay, first off, Eric is a diva.
Make it about yourself.
With that,
Go ahead.
I think that I would be very good in this role, and all I need is a chance.
All right. Eric, do you want to say something to John?
Yes. I'm professional. I'm punctual. I don't ever get drunk. And I'm going to use a sports analogy here. Why would you, in this important situation, want to put in a rookie with absolutely no experience instead of a veteran?
A veteran. Will you play a gay character?
He said no.
Well, that's why.
Mm-hmm. But I thought Harvey's not gay.
Harvey's not
But,
gay.
you know, John has to think about how flexible things could change on the set.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Eric won't do it.
Right.
A veteran wouldn't question what the part is.
Right.
Anyway, Jeff, I was very impressed with your improv skills in our little exercise earlier. Very good.
He was good in the scene.
Thank you, John.
With no script, by the way.
No script.
We're on it.
Yeah. He can ad-lib. That's for sure.
And we need that.
Eric wouldn't even
Wouldn't even join in.
Contribute.
Yeah.
So we don't know what he can do.
Maybe
No, we do know what he can do.
That said, we will be fair, and I will get you. The scene of Harvey, and you both can vie for the role, which is how it works.
All right.
In Hollywood.
As soon as we get the scripts, we'll do that, John. We'll call you back, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, John. Thanks.
Thank you.
By the way, you're an excellent actor.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Good job.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Well, Jeff, you were good. Eric, I can't tell. He never acts.
Right. He acts like a fucking idiot most of the time.
I act every time I'm on air with you.
What do you mean?
This is not my real personality. It's an act.
Yeah, but you're acting yourself right out of roles, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, you mean you're like a great guy in regular life?
Oh, yeah, I bet you're a real good guy, Eric.
We wouldn't recognize you if we saw you in person.
Douche.
Hey, Jeff, if you have to, will you take a Pepsi bottle up your ass for your character?
If I had to.
Yeah. Eric, what about you?
No.
Okay.
But I don't drink Pepsi. It'd have to be Coke.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And plus,
I'm more confused than ever. So is Eric saying that he would really play a gay guy, but this character that he plays on the air?
No,
wouldn't?
he said no.
Right.
I don't know. I'm very confused about this character he plays on the air and who Eric is in real life, who John wants to hire.
By the way, I just do want to mention, too, how good Jeff is. He made me come during that bit.
You're welcome.
All right. Goodbye, boys. Thank you. There he is. Eric.
Did you know that today is Johnny's birthday?
No, I got to go. Goodbye.
And also, did you know about Baba Booey dropped last night on HBO?
Yes. Thank you.
Baba Booey! Bye.
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 All right. I got rid of everyone.
Gary, you have a well-chronicled sort of tumultuous relationship with Eric, the midget actor, or whatever you want to call him.
Right.
Are you still pulling for him to get this role? Because, he's denying...
Well, I mean, how can I pull for a guy who won't participate?
But given his history, given the fact that he said no to so many things in the past, and he always seems to come crawling back, always seems to come around once he realizes that his opportunity is completely blown. Who are you rooting for in this whole? Like, who would you prefer, as much as you don't enjoy?
I mean, I would like to see him do it. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny for him to step out of his comfort zone or whatever the fuck his problem is. But I think it would be interesting for him to do it.
Now, Jeff's a funny guy, and you love hearing his voice.
I thought Jeff was really good. Jeff was really good at improv. I like Jeff.
In your opinion, though, is his willingness almost a turnoff? Though, does it make him a little bit less funny, or a little bit the fact that he's so willing to go along with it? Can Jeff carry the role?
Yes.
Even being a willing and ready participant.
Yes.
Is there any chance, because it's such a rarity to get Eric, the actor, here? Is there any chance we can get him in for a live read? In your opinion?
No.
So what's the next step?
Have them read on the air. I don't know. I don't have them read on the air, I guess. It's so hard.
There's got to be a way we can smoke Eric out of this hole.
Good luck.
Hey, this is Jason Duffner, 2013 PGA champion, here for the Howard Stern Show this morning. I've kind of followed Howard, for a while now, so it'll be kind of neat to be on here. I'm not sure how many golfers he's had on here, and I'm sure he'll probably find some ways to make me feel a little bit uncomfortable with some questioning and stuff like that, but it'll be all good fun.
So this is a pretty awesome week. You just won your first major, and now you're getting to meet Howard.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Like I said, I followed Howard for a long time on the radio, movies and all that stuff. So, he's had a great career, and I think a lot of the stuff he does is good and fun, and just a neat way to release and just have some fun with some stuff.
All right, have fun today, Jason.
Thanks, man.
All right, here's the man of the hour. This is the guy, Jason Duffner, just won the PGA tournament. You know me. What I know about golf could fit into a thimble, my friend. Hey, Jason, young guy.
Look young.
Yeah, you do.
How we
How's
doing?
it feel, man? You know, I was thinking about you. So for winning the tournament, you get $1.5 million.
That's right.
Which is a nice payday, right?
Very nice.
Which is remarkable because you put in a lot of years of not making $1.5 million in one game. But the second place guy gets $800,000. So when you're standing over a putt that essentially is worth, what's the difference between $1.5 million and $800,000? Like $700,000?
Yep.
When you're standing over a putt, that means $700,000 in the difference. Does that weigh in on your sort of decision-making process and your thought process, or do you put that out of your mind somehow?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like you said, that's almost double. Double what you could be putting in your pocket. But
are you thinking about the money, though, at that point?
Yeah, there's times. You know, you've been out there. You know what's at stake, definitely. But, you know,
But
you're
what
trying
kind
to...
of money can you make as a golfer of your caliber before you ever win a major? I mean, can you make a really good living?
Yeah, I've made, before last week, I made over $15 million in my career.
Wow. It's pretty decent, right?
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's such a freaky career to go into because it's sort of like radio in the sense that I sit and think about it. Every one of the guys I start out with just couldn't make a living at it. They had to drop out of radio. It really is a difficult thing. How many guys you know went into golf to be professional golfers and fucked up their whole lives because they weren't quite good enough?
Yeah, a lot.
That's a
very,
lot of guys.
very similar to what you were saying with the radio deal. You start for nothing. You're grinding nickels on each other. You got guys that are living in their cars, living in tents, trying to get to where I am now.
And did people used to say to you, "Hey, why don't you go get a real job?" That kind of thing, like were people worried about you? People who love you, were they worried that you weren't going to be able to make a living?
No, I always did pretty good.
Yeah.
I was able to keep my head afloat. There were never times where I thought, man, this is getting bad. I got to do something quick. Ever since I turned pro in 2000, I made good money.
You never had a fallback plan, did you?
No, never had a plan B. I never had a thought about a plan B. So.
But when did you know you were good at golf? I mean, how do you know?
When you get out on the main tour and you start competing and you have good finishes, you're like, man, I can really do this.
You started playing as a kid, and you got lucky because you weren't a country club kid. You taught yourself how to play golf, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah, nowadays it is. You got a lot of kids that grow up with parents that push them really hard to do it, and you got coaches and all these tournaments. I didn't start playing tournaments until I was probably about 13, 14, which is pretty late in golf.
Because even when you talk about Tiger Woods, his dad really kind of showed him the way, put him in. Your dad was like a grocer or something.
Yeah,
like,
he was at a grocery store.
He didn't care about golf, did he?
No, he played golf. He liked golf.
Right.
And it was something we could share together, but he wasn't pushing me all the time, like, you got to do this. This is what your life's going to be.
It wasn't a Tiger Woods kind of situation where it was like, you got to do this. I'm putting you on TV and all this stuff. You're going to make a living. But your mom had a job working at a golf course.
Yep.
And that's where you got all the time to practice,
yeah,
right?
When I was about 14, 15, we moved to South Florida and had the opportunity to be around that golf course. And we actually had a tour event there, so I got to see these guys, and I was like, man, this life's pretty cool. Maybe I should look into it.
So how old were you when you started playing golf?
I probably started playing when I was like 10 or 11, just with my dad.
Were you a phenom right away? Did people say, wow, for 10 years old, this kid's amazing?
I don't really remember.
You didn't get that kind of feedback?
No.
Like a Tiger Woods, who at 10 years old was a phenom,
yeah,
right?
I probably didn't even start winning tournaments or events until I was about 16 or 17.
So you're one of those guys that really practice makes perfect is your motto, really. It's not one of these things like, oh, it just came naturally to me and I could hit the ball hard and that was it. It was like
you
something...
still have to work at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to bust my butt to get to where I'm at,
Do you actually practice still?
All the time.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you do? You go to a driving range?
Yeah, at home or on the tour, on the range, just working on things that are going to make me better.
And so when you're a guy who's 16 playing golf, then you go... Did you go to college?
I did. I went to Auburn.
Did you play college golf?
I walked on to play at Auburn.
And you walk on, and they were like, hey, you're pretty good. Were you the best player there?
My last 2 years, I got to be where I was in that position. But the first 2 years, I was kind of like 5 guys travel with a college golf team.
Yeah.
So I was kind of that 4 or 5 guy, or sometimes that 6th guy not going to events.
Did a coach ever say to you, listen, it's great that you're on the team and stuff, but don't go into it professionally. It's going to just screw your whole life up, and it's going to be difficult. Do people discourage you along the way?
Yeah, there's some people. I remember actually in high school, they're asking you, "What are you going to do with your life?" And I'm like, "I'm going to play professional golf." And they're like, "Oh, no, don't do that."
Right, that's a pipe dream.
That's a pipe dream.
It's like you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Right, and you can't get laid being a professional golfer at first. Like when people hear that, the girls don't go wild, right?
Yeah, right. You're going to be the golf pro.
But what
at
a
the
smart
club.
sport to go into, because you look at football players, how they ruin their bodies. I mean, you're talking about great athletes who are banged up. Baseball players, too. Basketball players, for sure, get banged up pretty good. Golf and tennis, yeah, you get banged up, I guess, a little, but not much, right?
Yeah, you can do golf for a long time. There's they got senior tour, over 50.
Yeah.
There's lots of guys. Golf is definitely one of the longest career sports you can pick.
Yeah, I guess if you're smart, you go into golf when you come down to it, right?
Yeah, you can do it for a long time.
Yeah. It's
Well,
just hard
what
to be
has
good at it.
happened to Tiger Woods? Do you know?
Tiger's had a pretty good season so far this year. He hasn't done as well as he wanted in majors. Those majors are tough, though.
But Tiger is good for the sport. I mean, you want him there, right?
No doubt.
Even though he's a tough guy to beat, although, he's having his troubles now, but even though he's a tough guy to beat, because he attracts television, it's good for the sport of golf.
He attracts money, too. Those television contracts because of him are huge, which spreads the wealth for all of us. So he's been a huge asset for the tour and for guys like me to be, where we're at.
It almost seems like when he had all the crazy turmoil, with all the women and stuff, it almost was like a great pressure release for him. I don't mean just physically. I mean, like, it kept him busy mentally. And that's when he was playing his best golf, because maybe that was his way of dealing with the stress of being a professional athlete.
Yeah, there's different ways to deal with it. I don't know his particular story, but
I think he should go back to doing whatever it is he's doing, like just juggling multiple women and all that stuff.
Man, but he's playing so good this year. He's close. Once he gets through that hump of getting one of the majors, I think he'll really start rolling again.
There are golf groupies, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you could come off the course and there are
Just
a ton
like
of
any
chicks.
other sport.
Yeah. That's crazy, huh?
Stay away from that.
Did you? Yeah, you're married, right?
Yeah, I'm married.
Pictures. That's what I was going to say, Howard. He's married, and they were making comments about the hug you gave your wife.
Yeah, I grabbed her
after
butt.
this. He was patting her butt, and he walked off holding her
You
butt.
can't win. If you're into your wife and you're grabbing her ass,
you get in trouble.
You get in trouble. And if you're not into your wife and you're cheating on her, you get in trouble. Oh yeah, there it is. There's a hug. Yeah, your wife's really cute. What I was looking you up last night because like I said, I don't know much about golf, but your wedding video is online. Like
was I dancing?
Yeah, I mean it was like a whole romantic wedding video.
Yeah,
it's like a whole love story you can see online. How does that stuff end up online?
I don't know. I need to sue somebody for that.
I mean the videographer did that.
Yeah.
So when you leave college and now you want to go play golf and you want to make a living doing it, the next thing you do is you get in your car, you go on the road, and you get like these pickup games where everybody throws in money, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that how you start to like go? There's no sort of farm team.
No.
So you get in your car, and you're not quite a professional golfer yet.
No, you're a professional.
Is that considered professional?
Yeah, as soon as you start playing for money, you're pro.
So it's almost like going to a bar and playing a game of pool.
Yep.
You go to a course, 5 guys all or 6 guys all play golf?
No, we got full field, 150 guys.
And how much money do you have to put up?
It's usually between $1,000 and $1,500.
Oh my God! And that's a lot of money when and
if you win,
you put in $1,000 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they come up with a purse, so
yeah,
to speak.
They have what they call mini tours, so it's kind of organized gambling, is what I always thought it was like.
It really is, if you think about it. You put up $1,000. I mean, that's a lot of money to put up when you're a guy who's just living off of golf.
Definitely, you got to find some supporters or backers to help you out because there's travel expenses. That's the thing people don't realize is we pay our own way everywhere we go. Hotels, airfare. I got a caddy I got to pay.
How many years do you spend playing, like putting up $1,000 of your own money, or I guess do you get people to put up the $1,000 for you sometimes?
Yeah, I had some sponsors when I first started, and then like I said, when I first started playing, I started making money. Like,
wow,
I knew that I had to do it, or I was out.
When you would do that, when you would go and put up $1,000, how many of those would you win in a year?
I think I won 2 or 3 total over about a 2-year period. So they're pretty tough. It's very competitive.
Oh my God, you're not kidding! I didn't realize. And so you're making very little money.
If you can break even on the mini tours, you're doing really good.
So then, when do you start getting on the big events like the?
Yeah, they have a qualifying
PGA
school like at the end of the season,
right?
And if you get through that, then you can. Same type of thing. You play 4 rounds, and they take a certain percentage of the field, and then you get into these bigger events.
So you winning this whole big PGA thing, this past weekend. That's like a big deal.
That's
huh?
as big as it gets.
Is
for
that a
golf.
life-changing thing?
Yeah, definitely life-changing.
Fuck yeah! I mean, I just saw all the people out there in the hall with you. Like when you're the winner of the PGA, I see you got like
got people.
You got 10 people. When you stop winning, they all disappear.
They're gone.
Right? They're all gone.
Maybe everybody but my agent. Hopefully my agent will stick around.
Yeah, really. And you know, the rap against you is that you're, if you want to call it a rap against you, you're a really nice guy, but you don't show a lot of emotion on the golf course, right?
Yeah.
And in a way, that probably bugs you, does it?
A little bit, but that's just who I am. You know, I try to be true to who I am, and me fist pumping and yelling and screaming just isn't me.
Have you had any agents or people close to you who said,